Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Starfinder. Welcome to Starfound. What is that? What just happened? I just heard a sound. Oh my god. I think I got an alert on. Wait, no. Did we just get a follow?
Did we?
I
No.
heard the follow sound from
Heard
some dark corner of the internet. It leaked out into my computer.
I don't see anything.
Fart.
I haven't seen anything.
If we
Not
have
yet.
a hidden like on Facebook, thank you so much for that like. Welcome. We are an improvised actual play podcast of Starfinder by Paizo, a science fantasy role-playing game of epic proportions. And we're here to kick some butt, take some names, and tell some stories in a trying time. I am Miles Duffield. I'm the game master tonight, which means that I'm going to be leading these 4 fools. I almost called you 3. That sounds like I'm going to kill you, one of you, tonight. I don't intend to.
Don't
much.
vote
Just
anyone
going
off the
slowly
island.
off the rails.
Welcome, everyone. I am GM Miles. I'm going to be running the game, which means I'm going to be leading these fools, adventurers, semi-capable people through a beautiful...
Excuse you?
Oh my god, I feel like I say this every time and it never offends them this much. Everyone's sensitive right now. These beautiful, beautiful humans. I'm getting more of that sound. I need to stop that before.
What is this sound? I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any sounds.
Is it me
But-
shifting in my
Is it the
chair?
little voice that talks to you and says,
Yeah.
DC has to be 30?
No, I'm getting, that's a little bit worrying because the podcast is hearing it. I'm getting the follow sound, right?
Oh, weird.
It's okay. I'm sure it'll work out just fine. But why doesn't everyone introduce themselves now that I've bumbled over mine?
No, that's fine. Thank you, Miles. I'm Anne Richmond, aka the head bard in charge, right here on Heartsinger Games. This is my channel. These are my friends. And I play Amaruk Yuka, the Solarian who will nuke ya, vlack about your queen boo, and give me that woo!
Oh, ooh, indeed.
I'm a wolf friend.
Yes, Wolf Henny. I am Dexter Warren, and I play Jabberwocky, Skittermander Technomancer, and I had it last week, and I already forgot the end. But happy to be here. That's great.
Well done. All right.
That was good.
Next up.
Who's next, Parker or me?
You.
You want to fight? Me! Okay, it's me. Hi, I'm Helena, also known as the Magic Llama Mood on the internet. And I play Jeleskia, or Kia for short. And she's a Kasathan Mystic scholar. And she definitely has way too many pairs of Crocs, but she will never tell anyone about it.
Cool fact about yourself. Nice. And finally.
I just have one!
All right. Well, my name is Parker, and on this podcast, I play Castor 9, android mechanic, and as of today, a new class.
As of last time. You had it last time.
Last time.
You're a
Well,
liar.
we didn't
I
get
did.
to see it,
and a
so
thief.
did it happen?
It's true.
I'm trying to keep it a secret as much as possible.
Oh,
The
boy,
tea.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I have to check if people have checked the Discord, because you can do that. You can talk to our characters in the Discord.
It's true. Here, I'll throw it in the chatty chat.
Please do.
We don't look at each other's
Yeah,
character
that's true.
We
descriptions.
don't look at each other, so it's all very secret. So, before we get started today, I just wanted to say a couple of things. Miles, did you have anything else about today's events that you wanted to say about the game or anything?
No.
Cool.
Go
So
for it.
before we start today, it goes without saying that there's a lot that's going on right now in the world that is distressing and unfortunately it's nothing new. It's just that we're all looking at it right now. And we could sit here and have a whole conversation about it. And we're not going to do that because we have decided that it's important for us and for you, our baby bards and our star fam, to have something to come home to and to find comfort and solidarity in. And so that's what we're going to do for ourselves and for you. That being said, our feelings are very clear. Black Lives Matter. If that is not something that you believe, then frankly, there's the door. If that's something you want to learn more about, however, there will be links going through the chat throughout the broadcast tonight and throughout every broadcast this week and potentially next week, since I did not stream on Tuesday of this week. And these links will give you access to information directly from Black Lives Matter on how to contact representatives, how to educate yourself and watch important media, and places that would be helpful for you to donate if that's something that you're able to do. Myself, I am taking commissions, as is Helena, taking commissions to support various charities. I have a Tiltify for Heartsinger Games for the Bail Project. All you need to do is go to this link that I am putting in chat right now, and it will come through chat every so often as well. Go there, donate $35, and I will draw for you a black and white character commission or picture of you or a loved one, whatever you want. I will draw it. And at $65, I'll do it in color. So that's what I can do to help, and that's what we can do as a community to put the focus where it needs to be. We're not going to be advertising our Patreon or asking for donations or follows or anything else like that this week, because it's just not appropriate. Another thing that I think we have to do as people is to look at uplifting voices that need to be heard. And so as Heartsinger Games, I am doing all the work I can to find Black voices in tabletop gaming that, and it's not even find, it's just highlight because they've been there for a while. And I already know some of these people, but I'm trying to invest more in supporting them and making sure more people know about them and can enjoy the content and consume the very necessary voices that have been ignored or taken for granted for too long. So you can find those being hosted on my channel, not just this week, from here on out. That's the promise. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
Great.
Well said.
Cool.
Are we ready?
And with that, nonsense shall begin.
No
Love
nonsense.
you guys.
No nonsense. Just play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does someone want to tell me what happened last time on Starfound? Because I forgot.
We had the most wonderful in media race session where basically I think a month or so passed, and we were talking about what occupied each of our characters during that time. And for Kia, she was integrating herself into the pirate society of Bessie's Rest, and learning as much as she could from her friend Victor about Besmara as a god. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, everyone go through what they did.
All right. So with Caster, I decided to learn about the split, which is represented by Lashunta. It's where the androids live. It's where the most underserved population of Brightclaw are. Funds go to it and they accept it, but then they disappear, so to speak, after investigation. And so when Caster, talked to Clicker and Blick, two androids that work at a Fesk-owned tavern, he tried to follow them home, and he got clocked in the head and ended up passed out. And he had to recover for a couple weeks.
Cool. As far as Amrik was concerned, she wanted to get out there and be seen by the community, doing good and being a part of Besmara's Rest. Or no, I'm sorry. Where are we? Bright Claw, it's fine.
Right, Chloe.
Everything's fine. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, awkward. Yeah, she wanted to be out there being seen as a part of Bright Claw and making herself known to them as kind of she wanted to speak a language that she thought they would understand, which was proving herself in combat. And so she ended up working with the local media that they had instilled to broadcast live fighting events where she was undefeated and then donated the money that she made to charity.
Nice.
And then we went to a dinner party with some dwarves.
You're,
and it
you're
was
leaving
pretty
out
cool.
Dex. Let Dex go.
yeah.
And so,
No, I'm sorry. That was just a part of what we did. I'm sorry.
I know, but
Go,
we were
Dex,
going
go
through
ahead.
the first part, and you cut off
I'm
Dex.
sorry.
You
I
just-
got
the
confused. I
first
got
part.
scared.
Rude.
There was no dinner party.
Rude. All right, Dex,
there
go
was
for
no
it.
dinner party. The dinner party's a lie. It's a downright lie, I tell you. No, what I did was, as Jabby, I fascinated by the swarm that we interacted with in the previous episode. He's kind of hooked on that feeling, so he started his first laying the groundwork of working on his own overmind, hive mind kind of thing with a fleet of drones. So after rolling very well, I was able to get the basics done for my basically like an operating system, and now we have 1,000 drones, and I got some personals you'll see soon.
Appropriating taxable funds. All right. So then you're so right, Anne. Do you want to talk about the feast?
No, of course I do. It did happen. Telling you it was a lie was in fact a lie, and I'm very good at it, as you can see.
Smoke screens.
So,
Smoke screens on smoke
yeah,
screens.
smoke
Fake news.
So, we went to visit our dwarves on another Motrul system planet, the big desert planet, which was volcanic, and there were veins of opal and lava and a big dinosaur-like piece of shit carcass that Kia really liked. Something like that, I think. And then,
You're going pretty hard on the carcass there. It's like beating a dead horse.
God damn it,
Oh,
A
you
dead
did not.
ankylosaurus.
woofies.
Oh, my goodness.
So, and then when we got there, they wanted to open up trade with us, and we were very frank about the fact that we had security from Clientech and Elo Ketch, who we hate because he's a dick. And then the most important thing, which I think Kia should say, is we were like, okay, so how are we going to prove to these people that we can keep Clientech in check? And Kia's idea was,
Can she remember?
Remember.
okay, blackmail. Blackmail.
Oh, blackmail. We should totally blackmail him. We know his stuff isn't going very well on his planet. We know that the swarm is still a big threat. So why not blackmail him and make him feel a little off kilter?
Yeah.
That's cold, Kia.
So with all of this in tow, the super best friends decided to go to bed. I stayed in the building. Actually, everyone did except for Castor, who went to go and sleep. Where?
Kia got laid too. Can't forget.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Kia got laid. I'm so sorry. Completely drops all
Yes, she
pretense of
did.
accent. Kia got laid. It was a fucking thing. Yeah, and so we all stayed inside while Castor.
Castor was sleeping in the Kingfisher, the ship that they travel on, and he heard sounds coming from the cockpit, and so he armed himself, told the onboard AI to turn on all the emergency precautions. But then when he got there, he saw a long-lost friend. Her name was Euralia, and that's where it was. That's it. That's where we ended it.
That's
He's
where
still
it was.
Uralia?
Thanks for coming, everybody. That's where we're ending tonight. No, I'm kidding. If we did that, I would literally die. I've been waiting to know more about Castor's backstory for
Oh my
1,000 years.
God.
I'm ready.
Same.
I'm flattered. I'm
I'm ready.
honestly so flattered.
All
That's what I
right.
want from every game.
So
So you're
why don't you describe Euralia as you remember her, Caster? Also,
um
I suppose we should do claps.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. For anyone who doesn't know, that's for the podcast. That's so we know where to cut it.
Waiting on you, Caster.
oh, I'm sorry. That's right, that's right. So Euralia, the way I remember Euralia is that she was a bald Lashunta, shaved with completely a buzz cut. It was actually pretty badass. And lots of tattoos. Um, I believe she was a Korasha, the more burly type Lashunta. Um, and she was the nicest person to me back when I was part of a gang called the Red Gauntlet. Um, and which was a freedom fighter, sort of Robin
Don't need to
Hood
give it all
esque.
away right now,
sort of-
Caster.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
I'm
like, what's
sorry.
happening?
I asked about the character.
But if I may remind you, the question was, what this bitch look like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What her face show?
What
Caster
her face show?
Parker is just as excited as everyone else to tell the whole story.
I know.
I'm gonna
Oh.
force you to be a little bit more secretive than that for dramatic integrity.
I'm
Everyone,
so sorry.
wipe your brains.
I'm not erasing those notes.
Yeah, I took notes too, so.
Fantastic. So, are you? And she has tattoos. She's bald, right? Anything else you want to add to that?
Green eyes.
If I remember correctly, she's missing a leg. It's a pretty
That's
important
right. Oh my
detail.
god. Yeah.
Seems important, but maybe not that important. Who knows?
I'm sorry. I'm having fun with this. You make an NPC and like splash it into your background, then your DM's like, "So tell me about this person you thought about for 3 seconds one time."
Yep.
Well,
So no, she's still missing a leg. However, her hair has changed. It's this like long streak of short, like almost spiked hair that leads between her 2 antennae that kind of dangle up a little off kilter off of her head. And she's pressing buttons on the console in front of her, and the light from the console shines on her face, illuminating the several face tattoos that she had. She is wearing a kind of slim, sharp armor, right? Very much intended for sneakily getting in and out of places. Actually, let me roll a dice. She's not wearing any armor. I take that back. She has clothes on that it looks like at one time they were nice. Like a leather jacket of some alien reptile. And like very sparsely decorated pants that stretch down with these like careful entwining leaf-like designs that lead down the side, but it's all very tattered. Bits and pieces ripped up and ripped off, and it doesn't look like designer wear. It looks like hard, real wear, like the kind of wear and tear that happens to clothes after long periods of extreme wear outside. And as you like come around the corner, you also realize that you can smell her, right? This kind of heavy human smell of too much time without bathing. And as you like carefully peek around, her eyes snap to you, and you can see that like the lids around her green eyes are red with inflammation, and she like kind of starts as she sees you, starting backwards, scared, worried, stumbling away.
Is this a what do I do moment?
It could be. I could continue onwards.
Sure. Let me see. Oh, hey, it's okay. It's okay. And it when he sees her, he still has the sonic pistol in his hand. And then once he finally makes the connection, he drops it and it teleports away before it even falls to the ground.
Cool.
And like he feels like his legs are immediately jelly, you know? Like when he's losing, and he's like kind of losing, and he's leaning backwards, but like he's like, I knew you weren't dead. I knew it the whole time.
Oh, I didn't think I'd see you again. I'm so
You're real, yeah?
yeah. I'm real. But can we get out of here?
What's wrong? Who's following you?
I think I'm being chased. I know.
By whom?
I know I'm being chased, but let's go. I know you
By
came
whom?
with.
I have to know.
Yeah, I know you came with friends, but if we can go quickly, that would be great.
Am I within range to send a message to someone's data pad?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 100 feet away. Yeah.
I mean, I guess not that encrypted. You'd have to go significantly closer. You're like way out on the docking pad of this palace, right? You're definitely not
Great.
100
All
feet
right.
away.
Any way I can make a computer's check to maybe broaden the range?
I mean, you could send something non-encrypted, yeah.
Oh, sure. Non-encrypted?
Yeah. So
In what way?
For my sense, right, like, we have cell phones. You can message people, right? Like, that's a thing that we can do in this world, on civilized worlds at least, right?
Yeah.
So it makes no sense that you couldn't, like, send a text, right? Over any range.
Yeah.
But sending a text, people are listening.
Oh, well.
Right? And you take the
So if
chance
I send
of it being heard.
So unencrypted. Great. I mean, sure. I'll just send Kingfisher now to Kia. Just Kingfisher now, and then after 5 minutes, Kingfisher now, and then yeah, like that.
To all
Two
the
messages.
members?
To all members, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So, Kia, you're wrapping up your time, cigarette in hand.
Not to make light of this very serious situation. but
The
damn.
North remembers.
Mercy, I'm sorry to come and go. My friends want me to. That was in bad taste. I didn't mean to. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna cut you off on this. Mercy. You guys engaged in whatever level of sexual interaction you may have engaged in, and then Mercy left, not wanting to cause a diplomatic kerfuffle.
We love a kerfuffle.
We love a good kerfuffle. I mean, I'd love to give you a
Kerfuffle.
diplomatic kerfuffle over you ramming your host person's daughter, but his own roof.
Well, that's a kerfuffle. all right.
Dumbass. I feel like Red Foreman. Red Dwarf
Red
Foreman.
Foreman.
Red Dwarf Men.
Amazing.
Kia totally kelsoed. Okay.
God damn it.
Whoops. She's gonna start going. She's putting on clothes and getting all her stuff, she'll send a text to Mercy on her way out, being like, "Hey, sorry, gotta go. See you next time.
Ooh, there's gonna be
here.
a next time though.
Come visit and hang out. I can
Come
show you
visit.
my lab."
Why don't you? Yeah, great. I'm good with that. Absolutely.
You're not gonna make me roll to text.
No, I'm not gonna make you roll to text. I thought about it, and then I thought that
I
was a
know.
stupid. That's a
Bitch,
stupid.
we all
thing.
know you thought about it, and then you were like,
We
nah,
saw that pause.
this is great.
All right.
I just want this to happen.
All right. Anyways, everyone's answering the call. Is anyone like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Castor and
What time is it?
Kingfisher now?
Ew.
Ew.
Uh,
It's late.
what time is it though?
What time is it though? It's about 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Rough.
I'm gonna do it, but I will complain.
Yeah. She's gonna go, but rather than send a text that could be seen, she will leave a written note. Crazy because it's space, but people do still write sometimes. She will she will leave a written note in her room, letting her know that there was a diplomatic emergency that needed her immediate attention.
Wait, who is letting who know?
I'm leaving a note
Yeah.
saying that there was a diplomatic emergency
Yeah.
that needed my immediate attention. So whoever comes in there to be like, Miss Amaruk,
Whoever it may be. Yeah.
it's politics time,
Great.
you know.
Are you gonna like address it to Hecklin though?
Yeah, I'm gonna address it to her.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So you slip out. Everyone
Yeah.
heads to the Kingfisher, and you find Castor and this very strange, a little bit drugged out Lashunta, standing on opposite sides of the cockpit. She has a firearm in her hand.
Castor, is everything all right?
Hi.
Well, sorry to be to bring you all here. This is Euralia, friend. We need to go now, she says, and I trust her, but sorry for the sudden intrusion, I guess.
Hi, I'm Javi. I'm going to bed. And he walks up using his 4 souls to walk on the air, and then just like hops on the nearest object.
He grabs a blanket from one of the hammocks and tucks him in with all 4 arms, just tucked in.
That's
burrito.
amazing. I love that.
So, Miles, you said that she was drugged out. Can I make a medicine check, perhaps, and see?
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah, just to make sure what specifically is wrong. I have
Or what's right.
17 with so that would be medicine, yeah?
Yes,
28.
it would be best. 28. Nice.
Ooh.
You're not sure if she's on anything or if she's coming down from something. She has clearly lost a lot of weight since you knew her. The dehydration signs and the like redness around her eyes suggests that if it was something, it was heavily dehydrating, and it was probably very speedy, right? Yeah, it was definitely
Speedy as the
definitely an upper, right? A very intense upper. But with that excellent of a medicine roll, you aren't necessarily sure if she's drugged out. The alternatives are just stressed and hungry, right? And has been hungry for some time. Right? Or it could be sick. There could be some kind of parasite, right? Like you're not entirely sure without like a medical scan what's going on, but it could be a variety of different things. She looks stressed, hungry. She looks, strung out, but strung out can be like just exhausted, right? Up for too long.
she's struggling.
Yeah.
She's struggling. Yeah.
Amaruk, you got thoughts?
Oof.
Yeah, so Amaruk is just kind of like watching this happen, right?
Mhm.
because it's very clear. Like, she hasn't seen. I feel like she hasn't ever seen Castor kind of like break down walls like this necessarily. And so she is really walking on eggshells as far as like when can she say something, but if her tail wags, it's like the tail's wagging when she sees him do something sees them do something nice or sweet, right? But then if when she starts to notice the redness around the eyes and like Castor's attentions to some of these things, the tail wags stop, and she get, it's clear she's on alert.
Absolutely. Helena, would you turn off your cam real quick and turn it back on?
I will indeed.
A technical dance we're doing.
Am I back in the right spot?
Yeah.
So, actions, questions, concerns from the rest of us. Is that like a specific question, or is that just role playing, Anne?
That's role playing. And eventually she'll say once Castor is kind of slowed down in his in their administrations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of attention, she'll say, so Miss Euralia, what is it exactly that we can do to help you, your Castor's friend?
Yeah, I'm sorry for barging in on this, but I need to get off planet. I didn't actually. I was trying to steal your ship before Castor found me. He's still as sharp as he always was. I need off.
Cool.
I need off planet now.
Yeah. well,
Well, now
where
I'm
can
just
we
gonna
take
save.
you?
Anywhere.
Are you being followed?
Yeah.
By whom?
Can
Or,
we
sorry,
can we
by whom?
can we just go, please?
Yeah, no, I assumed that yes, Castor, why don't you drive?
No, kid, you have to tell us where
Yep,
you're
I'll take
from,
the
where you're
control.
going, what you're doing. I don't know if we just brought a Pact World's, like, I don't know, psychopath onto our ship. And, like,
Yeah.
of course, I'm just saying, please, this is our home.
Your brutal honesty is not needed here.
Okay, well, fine.
She kind of like seeing this kind of rift appearing, she says, I mean, Kia, you're not wrong to be concerned. I mean, Euralia, while her intentions were those of survival, was trying to steal our ship out of desperation, probably. But if we are going to be able to help you, Euralia, then we have to know who it is you're running from.
That's look, they're looking for me right now. I need to get off, and if I get caught, they'll take me back.
Back where? Castor, launch.
Launching. I get in the pilot seat, and do I need to make a piloting check, or do we just
No,
zoom
absolutely.
off?
You're able to take off.
Yeah.
You are absolutely able to take off. As you do, she starts to fall into a panic attack.
Okay.
Right, hyperventilating, and breathing too heavily, and like kind of collapses into a seat and like holds herself.
Kia?
Yes. Oh, shit. Okay. Hey, we're gonna calm down now. Do you like breathing exercises? God.
Oh no.
So I'm guessing, and I would love if I could do some sort of like life science check to see if I have any herbs that she could smell that would like calm her, like lavender or something.
You
Tastes like
have a
instead.
medical kit,
Xanax.
right?
Yeah.
Great.
But if I found something that would like just give her a little bit of a calm.
Yeah, absolutely. So you pull a couple things out of your medical kit, right? Have her smell a couple scents, right? It's the super future, so of course there's stress relieving drugs in your basic medical kit.
Yeah.
And you start to calm her down, but you guys take off and head upwards. And what's the plan? Talk to me about where you guys are going.
Well, we
Gosh.
don't know where we're going. Castor, where should we be going?
I don't know. Should we go? Should we go back?
Well, don't you think she'd
Back
be
to-
pretty well hidden on our world?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
But
I
what
think the
if
worst
we're-
thing we can do for someone
Hmm.
being followed is take them back to the Pact worlds.
True, yeah,
That's
that's not a
true.
good idea. Well, I mean, if anything, I'll just make sure scanners check for any unregistered signals.
You know what? Why don't
signatures.
you? Yes, Jabby, do that. That's a great idea. Why don't you have a look? Mark.
Tim, Sam,
Who's
Tamantha.
Computer's name. We never talked to him anymore.
Mine.
He's probably missing Mark.
Angelo?
Yeah.
Angelo,
Yes,
is that
I've
you?
been very lonely.
Yes.
Not.
Well, it's time to be a part of the crew again. Please help Jabby. By the way, this is Jabby. No, you met before. You've met. We did a very long trip. 2 very long trips in this thing already. With Jabby, it's fine.
Could you check
I'm sorry. I'm
for-
stressed out.
All good. Good morning, Mark. Could you check for any ship signatures in a general radius? Just check to see if anyone's tailing us.
Absolutely. So as you guys fly out of the crack in the earth and up into the night sky, Mark scans for signatures, and it doesn't seem that anyone is tailing you.
I feel safe.
Okay.
And takes a just closes his eyes but listening.
Catnap.
All right.
Jab nap.
How is she doing, Kia?
She's still panicking.
Okay.
Yeah. It's starting to calm down bit by bit, but she's still freaking
What
out.
can we do to? Can we like knock her out?
I'm gonna say let's offer her a sweater first. And hey,
You out
T-
didn't? Oh yeah.
I
No,
have
you.
a stim pack.
What was that,
Hey,
Parker?
Maybe a
do you-
space ambient.
What was that, Parker?
I have a stim pack in my belongings. Would that be like in a bag
That's
that would
like a-
have on my person?
Yes, but that's like a healing potion.
Mhm.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Well,
it's like
she's
stimulating, it'll like amp you up
She's
and
not
it,
hurt.
promotes your healing factor.
yeah. She's. I would say something like, if we had some kind of not regeneration, like what is the spell I'm thinking of?
Space ambient?
Restoration.
That's the one. Yeah, like some kind of restorative, like remove an effect,
Oh,
type
remove
of magic.
curse
Then
type
we could
thing.
do that.
I
But not so much a curse, but as like remove an
Mhm.
effect that's
Oh, like a dispel magic?
yeah, like if you have exhaustion or if you have
Oh, I
harried
see.
or another effect
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
condition is what I'm talking about. But I don't think I don't have anything like that. Just have-
in the meantime, do you want a sweater? It has stripes on it, and there's a bunny on the side of it.
She nods her head, and you give her
Cool.
the sweater.
Give me 1 second.
yeah.
Also, the space bunny has 3 ears.
Yeah. Amazing. It's perfect.
Details.
Uh,
Like,
Some devils in the
Striped, and
details.
then there's a space bunny right there. A spunny.
So Amaruk, who is just this tall, hulking lupine figure, kind of kneels down beside the seat that she's in, and puts a hand on her knee and says, "Now listen. You have friends now. You don't have to be scared in the immediate. We are going to help you because you are Castor's friend. And I gave Castor a life debt that I would help them with anything because they helped me. So you are not in danger here. So we're just going to take a few breaths. We're going to snuggle in our new sweater. And we're going to all just take things as they come, okay?"
It's funny. I don't know how many of you have tried to talk someone down or through, I guess, a panic attack. But whenever I am face that challenge. I inevitably have this feeling that no matter what I do, it's not going to change anything. And the more that you all work at this task, right, the
Mhm.
more that feeling sets in.
Yeah.
The panic plays over her face in repetition as these like large tears streak down, and her blue eyes become redder and redder and redder, until finally you fire your drift engine and fall past stars, past space and time, into the miasmoric cathedral-like space of the drift. And in this place where nothing is, she starts to calm down bit by bit, and starts being able to look all of you in the eyes and gives you that apologetic, bashful smile.
Yeah.
And eventually is able to stand up, apologizing and shakily shaking each of your hands. Bring
We'll get her some like rations and water and just like sit her down in our like mess, basically.
Yeah. Get her space
I have a
coffee,
croissant.
Yeah.
a croissant, a space croissant, spissant.
Ooh, I want that. Me, give me it.
A croissant.
And ooh, like a magic missile into the darkness. That is how it feels, Shiz.
Basically, yeah. That's the drift.
Oh wow.
And eventually she's able to speak. And she says, I'm so sorry for imposing on you like this, and then for breaking down like I did. It's not... I wouldn't call that typical of me. It's been a hard time since I last saw you, Castor. And I'm so glad that you look so well. It's such a relief to see you, and such an amazing moment to find you. I had just escaped. And I was running for my life. And your ship was the first one that I saw, and among all those dwarvish ships, it looked like the easiest one to steal. I hope you don't take that as an insult.
Honestly, it's a compliment.
Get wrecked.
True. I mean, well, that's the way you thought. That's the old Euralia. That's how I learned.
So thank you for taking me to your, I guess, new home is what it sounds like. Where are we going?
Yes, our home. Gosh, have I made in this time between the drift and now, like, made a computer's check to see if there's any like anyone listening or anything like that, like a security breach?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, go ahead and make a computer's check.
Great. Oh. $32.
There are no bugs on this ship.
Great, excellent. We're going to Brightclaw. We're going to the Matchul system. It's Matchul Alpha.
Well, all right. And this is where you all live?
Yeah, it's been our home for a while, actually.
All right. What kind of crew have you fallen in with, Castor? What do you do? What's your hustle?
Hustle. You think? Oh, good God. Oh, well.
Am I missing something here?
Well, I guess I've been in the packed world for so long, you know. Have I gone soft?
I don't know.
Has my
usually-
accent changed?
Yeah, it has.
God, so much I want to ask you. But
What?
sorry, I gotta focus. And his eyes kind of like do that robot like focus like
Mhm.
deep in his pulse. So it's there is some diplomatic connection to the Pact Worlds on Brightclaw, but it's not part of the Pact Worlds specifically. Um, you should know that. Um, in case if there's anything you need to tell us, now's a good time. I've checked the ship already.
All right. So you work for these Bright Claw people. What do you
Yes,
guys What do you
Amaru.
guys do for the Bright Claw people?
Bright Claw is a colony that was created for, well, Bright Claw is a planet that had its own people who were looking for their own place in the galaxy. And my people, from Logic Devlaka, they were looking for a place to live because our star is dying and our planet with it. So we got permission to explore and cultivate a community on Bright Claw. So I would describe it as a place for people who want to carve out their own piece of the galaxy for themselves.
All right.
Does that describe you?
Yeah, sure. I've done a lot of carving. So what do you all do for Bright Claw?
I'm the queen.
Well,
Sorry.
Caster's just focusing on like, is the autopilot still on?
Yeah, yeah, and this is the I should say that's
Billie
the first
Eyelash
time
plays
that
in the background.
it's the first time she said I'm the queen and like owned it like it's a fact.
Ooh.
It's
You know.
true. Ooh, that's cool.
Make an insight check.
I will. And with my sidereal influence, I'll get to add something to it. I'm pretty
Sense
sure.
motive. That's
like a
what
loaded
system we're in.
question.
Sense motive. It's a d6 plus.
Loaded? No.
Oh,
I mean, I don't
sweet.
usually get asked about my profession at 3 in the morning. So, there's
Jabby, if you want to sleep, there's a bunk already over there.
Let's see.
I don't know
so
what that
that's,
accent was.
30.
Get in the accent.
See, your accent has changed.
Who are you?
It's always changing.
30 on the sense
gonna go
motive.
She is stunned. And like keeps looking at Castor like she doesn't quite believe this.
Mm-hmm.
Or is wondering, for that excellent sense motive, you can see like she's wondering if he's like playing a game here and like
Yeah.
trying to steal
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
from you or something, right? And her debilitated state and her natural 2 on the dice
Yeah.
have left her in a place where she's not capable of hiding very much. What you do also sense is that this person is a consummate liar.
Yeah. A good liar.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. She says, all of these people here, they were just looking for a job or a hustle, and I happen to be a person who had the money to employ them. It's pretty simple, but it has grown to a family, which I realize, well, when you don't see people for a while, maybe they change. So that's something to consider, I suppose, but it's not really my place to talk about it. That's a conversation for you and Castor, maybe?
Yeah, do you have any embarrassing stories about Castor? Or
Ooh,
like,
that does sound really fun. I would like to hear those immediately. Start now.
Ears perk up.
She kind of like chuckles, and says, "I mean, sure, plenty, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for embarrassing stories right now.
fair enough. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow."
You still haven't told us, by the way, who you were captured by or what you were doing when you were captured.
Yeah. So, Castor, I bet you guessed this, or you feared it, but I spent the last couple of years being sold back and forth in the slave trade in the Pact Worlds. And a couple of months ago, I got sold to this new organization and ended up mining for the last couple of months. And it's a really new operation, so there's a bunch of holes in it, and it didn't take very long for me to find a way to get out. So me and a couple others made a break for it, and I think they got out. I'm not sure. Our plan had us all splitting up at one point, and I didn't hook up with the rest of them. I hope they're okay.
How long ago was this?
Tonight.
You escaped tonight. But how long have you been part of this whole group?
About 3 months.
Oh no. You were imprisoned on this planet, so you were a slave to the guy.
A Hecklin?
Mining. That's kind of this place's deal, right?
Yeah, I think that's the
What?
organization.
What?
What was the name of the
no.
organization? Do you know?
I don't really know. It's really hard to focus when
I'm
they don't
sorry,
feed
it's
you
just-
enough. And I was just trying to get out of there. But yeah, it's a bunch of dwarves. Yeah.
No. I mean, yes, but why is everyone so awful all the time?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just
Kia is dialing her phone, calling Mercy.
You're gonna have to wait until you're out of the drift for that.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no reception.
Which, speaking of which, let's
Kia
roll.
is writing a strongly worded email.
yeah.
No, she's not. She's gonna call. She's gonna call when we get out of the drift.
Yeah.
So all you can't. Is there? Here's the question, right? Because the core rule books and everything are a little bit intentionally unspecific about this. But the question is, how immediate is conversations across the depths of space? Right? And this is
yeah.
this is something that we kind of get to answer together, because I obviously don't have a clear answer. I've been really pretty restrictive about your communication with other places.
Right.
I feel like with the right setup, right? Like Elo Catch is probably able to talk with people in the Pact Worlds like they're next to each other, right?
What we've had so far is that we have a something that's powerful enough that if something is in orbit around our planet, we can have if something is in our system, we can have immediate conversation with them, right?
Yeah.
That's what we've established so far in our lore of this Starfinder adventure. But if you're expanding beyond that, then it takes a certain number of days. And I believe when I was trying to contact Karuk and the folks on Logic,
Yeah.
it
Mm.
Took a
took
while.
10 days for them to like get it and then get there.
Yeah, I think I
Right.
made it similar to the amount of time that it took you to reach somewhere in a drift capable ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Right.
that might have been like we can reach out to them, but they're not going to come immediately. I don't remember exactly what we said, but suffice to say, I'm kind of fine with that. Otherwise, it gets a little broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah. So let's say it takes you guys a d6 hours for
Yeah.
a piece of information to fly that distance.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Cool.
Yeah.
Love
Sounds
that.
good.
Cool. Great. We did it.
We did it. We came up with an idea. I love that about our group, though, that we're just like, how should this work?
Yeah.
It's
It's
cool.
space
I
magic.
enjoy it. So
Back to the horror at hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Amaruk is gonna sit down in the like captain's chair, very Kirk style, with her head in her hands. Just why are people so shitty? Why? Kind of vibes. But she's just kind of in shock a little bit, and she says, so you worked for them for about 3 months. Not worked. You were enslaved by them for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Now, as she's telling this story, now I don't want to be an asshole, and I also want to be very sensitive given the subject matter and everything that's going on in the world. Given that she's an immaculate liar, and I know that, I do want to sense what pieces of this story are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something everybody feels comfortable with me doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
say so.
Okay.
Thank you for asking. Good on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's not great. Oh wait, but I get to roll d6. Thank God. Okay. Cool. Well, all right. Okay. 16.
It's
man.
it from you're aware now that she's
Yeah.
a great liar, but from everything that you can tell, it seems like
Yeah.
she's telling the truth, right?
Okay.
You're you and you alone are conscious of the margin of error here, right?
Yeah.
But you are, from what you can tell,
Yeah.
this seems truthful, and in the most horrible way possible, it checks out, right?
Yeah. So she's gonna say, we're going to have to make a really difficult decision here that goes a
Which
little
it-
bit beyond helping Euralia. Because I will not send supplies to a planet that is building their wealth on the back of people that they are not paying. I just won't do it.
Even, well, s- well, do we know that they're strictly employed by Hecklin? If so, then definitely.
Well, we know that there weren't the dwarves on that planet before he got there, right? Well, we don't know that, I guess.
I think
I've
what,
been accused of making some big leaps before, so I want to be careful.
I
You
think
can make a culture check,
I
maybe.
think what Castor is
Or,
trying
like-
to intimate is that there's more than one dwarf, and more than one dwarf is capable of owning slaves. And if it's as
Yeah.
large of a
was
world
trying
as
to
yours
think of a-
is, then, which you know it is, right?
It could be
One of
that
the kids,
maybe
maybe.
one, yeah. Maybe someone beneath him is solving these, quote unquote, solving these problems for him.
What if it
Oh.
was the weird brother?
The one who
he
he was
was
always dunking
weird.
on?
The one he was dunking on, amazing.
Yeah.
It could be.
But what if that's a red herring and that's what they want us to think?
Well, we know it's someone.
Right, yeah.
So the question is, Do we straight up try to talk to Heckland?
Or do we sneak in, infiltrate the operation, blow it up from the inside, and then, put the person who did it out into the public and you're like, this guy. Thoughts?
Hearing that, I roll off the table and then step to the floor, picking up some coffee as I do. I feel like that is the second time this evening you've had just a wild idea that could work.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Jelly gets it.
With tact, but it does
Yes.
sound interesting.
Tact. I'm all about tact.
Okay, now I'm not saying no, of course, but I am saying this is setting a precedent here that we are going to be the policemen of the outer worlds. That if you are doing something wrong that we have decided is wrong morally, that we will step in and do something about it. And we do not have a lot of resources. Now, imagine this is worst case scenario, right?
Mhm.
Worst case scenario, we go out there, we expose people for having slaves. Then we make a report to the Packed Worlds about what's going on and send evidence. Worst case scenario, people will then accuse us of having created the entire situation to then get access to the resources on that world that there's evidence of us saying we need to their leader.
That would be
So-
very bad optics.
That would be pretty bad. But
Kia pouts.
you're like, I just want to destroy the system.
Or it's as if we're figuring out a mystery. And I don't think we're at the point of setting a precedent yet, right? Like precedent, I feel like we'd start it if we did it like 3 or 4 times, This is one time, we go in, we fuck shit up, and we tell them who's boss and what is correct. Is that awful? Also, like, not to be dramatic, but they have lovely resources. We could always bring some of our new friends in.
Yeah, you just repeated what I said, but actually not as a worst case scenario, as the scenario.
But added piracy.
But not really. Like that was just like
It's on
people might
brand.
assume we're doing that, and she's like, no, but that's what
But
we
let's
should
do it, and then let's take their
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
it better.
I don't know, man. It depends on what you want for your planet. If you want to be powerful, right? Or if you want to be seen as the peace planet. This is where you come and you grow your cacti or your succulents or whatever bitches like. Or if it's a place where you go.
You always liked
make
plants.
something
You
up.
changed so much.
No. I love plants. But
I just hate succulents. Fuck those guys. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get that
Go ahead.
bitch a succulent.
Yes, I was saying,
No,
do you
please.
want your planet to be a place where you can offer opportunity? The way you were talking about the planet earlier, to our new friend Uralia here, who, like, by the way, great tats. You were telling her about how this is a new place of home, right? That it's the people that are looking for their direction in the galaxy who need something like that. That's what the planet is. And I feel like that's a little different than what you're proposing here, which is, hands off. We're not gonna involve ourselves. We're not the go-getters that we're saying that we are. At least that's what I'm getting from this. Obviously, I defer to you and your majestiness, but I'm just saying that this could be a really interesting operation to pull and actually give you a bit of clout. Just saying.
I think there's a middle ground here. I appreciate you pointing out the hypocrisy of saying that you can carve out your place of the galaxy when this is kind of a wild proposition where people need to go out and be mercenary and get work done and make earnings. I mean, those are the people who have been our allies. Those are the people that who were our enemies and now we live with. So maybe, oh no. Yeah, so she looks a little confused and a little overwhelmed, but ultimately she, after a silence, is like, I think there is a room for us to try to act in the best interest of those who are being oppressed and also profit from it if that is what it is. But I think we need to tamp down on my propensity for making wide sweeping assumptions about who might be being a bad person, because I'm really like 0 for 10 at that.
There's a very long, loud sip of coffee. Just like Baby Yoda soup cupping it, just like.
Baby Yoda.
Like,
Yeah.
Wait, Baby Yoda, Baby Jabby was.
Oh, that's cute.
that's that got oddly personal. I hope you're okay. Just pat your knee and I cast mending. It doesn't do much, but that's a thing.
Her heart
But-
is like
Very nice.
At the very least, we have 2 sections to this. The first, it's a mystery, like you said, Jaleskia. You know, we need to get to the bottom of it, and ultimately, we can't make any sweeping decisions until after we have more information. So,
Yes.
if anything, we gather information. Castor, I'd be happy to help you hack in. I don't really want to lead that so much anymore. But we can get information, get to the bottom of it, and from then, if we want to act directly, then we can work from a place of power. And if we don't want to act directly, then we could always send in the stewards, the heralds of justice.
Given what we know, she thinks back to the conversation they had where it became very clear that Declan is like a very plain dealing individual who would want to know like first about anything that had potentially gone wrong before he got into something. She goes, given what I know about Heckland, I have to go with Kia's, or I can't remember which one of you said it, but assertion that this might be someone else pulling a job beneath his eyes. And I feel like maybe we need to get Euralia to safety and then return. It was not that long of a trip to get there. And discuss with Heckland in a private manner in person so it cannot be tracked or traced. I wouldn't want to send this kind of message that would then be picked up by somebody beneath him and delivered to him.
Kia like deletes the text really fast.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just texting someone. It's not important. It was one of those things where like you write something and then you're like, oh no, I should give it some time before I send this.
Yeah.
Oh, but did you send it though? Because I thought
No.
you said you sent it.
No,
Oh,
I did not.
Okay.
Ooh, who are you texting at 3:45? Yeah, no, that's fair. But
The silence.
insert witty thing here,
Okay.
and he sits down.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we're done
Okay, so I
inserting
think-
witty things.
I think the time is, or the plan is, let's get back to Brightclaw, get Euralia set up, and then let's go back.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to accomplish in that?
No, I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Roll
Okay.
2d6, one of ya.
Try and get some goddamn sleep.
3, 6.
Cool. So it takes you again a week to get back. Anyone want to do anything during that time?
Oh, what other projects am I working on?
Yeah, Parker, go.
I wanna go to oh sorry. I wanna go to Jaleskia, go to Euralia as well,
Hmm.
and just talk to them. Not at the same time, but privately.
All right, let's do Juleskia first.
Jaleskia,
So,
uh sorry earlier. I was a little bit harsh, I think.
you were? I don't remember. You're fine.
Okay, I kind of lost my composure there, and I didn't want you to think that I'm angry at you or anything.
You're welcome to be angry at me anytime if that was you being angry at me. It might be good for you, honestly. You want to punch me? Punch me in the stomach.
Chia.
Just do it!
Hit me, bitch. Bitches love hitting me in the stomach. Wait, no, that's Chad.
God. Roll for cool. Roll for an attack, maybe. Just the unarmed strike.
You hit her. We don't need to. I don't need you to pick up your dice
Okay.
for that.
Whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know what he would do. He would just be like, like just like,
I feel like
Yeah.
it's one of those like, okay, I'll fucking hit you. And you just hit punch
just
wildly.
Like, just like stop.
Fucking stop.
All right.
Punch you to make you stop.
So yeah, no, you can get angry at me anytime. I'm pretty strong about it now. But I understand you being protective of a friend. I know how that be.
Oh, thank you, Kia. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's chill. She seems cool. Seriously
she
though,
re-
her tattoos,
They're pretty rad, aren't they?
like I don't. Well, honestly, her showing up made me realize how little I know about you. I feel like I know everything about Amaruk. I mean, like in a good way, but like I know too much about her tangerine shirt from summer camp. You know, the one with the snail.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, it's an adorable sleep shirt, totally. But like, there's always a story. Anyway, but I just don't know a lot about you, and I was hoping that maybe at some point, I don't know, after all of this is over, we could hang out. And what do you like to do even?
Oh. Oh
You don't
well.
have hobbies?
Hobbies. Roll for hobbies. Jeez. What would I have proficiency in? I mean, oh, I should have put some points in leveling up profession for this level up, but I didn't.
Well, suck it up.
Too late.
No hobbies for you.
Oh,
It's too
that's a goal.
late.
Find Castor a hobby
Oh,
outside
that's
of mechanics.
nice.
I'll teach you how to crochet. It's chill. It's
Oh, I mean,
fun.
oh yeah, like fashion design. Yeah, that was it. Fashion design.
Right, you did our clothes for the big gala thing where shit went down.
That's
It's
correct.
well done. Very well done. Okay, well, that's the thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go read my comics now.
Great. Let's wrap this
Bye.
before Elena has another awkward on-screen goodbye.
Hey, welcome, Carrie Lemons. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to the Baby
Hello.
Guards.
Thanks for the
Thank
follow.
you.
About the awkward. Life imitates art, imitates life.
I mean, we've all been there, my dude.
It true. All right. So,
I would like to take some time to go back to working on my first project, which was that battle suit.
great. Yeah, roll me
Yeah.
roll me a
I
roll.
rolled a 19 before. The first time,
Thank
so this
you.
will be the second.
Yeah.
Alright. That is a 29.
Nice. That is 10 better than your previous roll. It's moving a pace. It is
Nice.
moving a pace. You're at the place where you need to start putting money into it,
Excellent.
right?
And
So your first
yeah.
installment is going to be 500 credits.
Okay.
Yeah, for parts, etc.
Taking note of that.
Thank you.
And as I'm working on this, I changed the file name to uh, Project Bandersnatch.
Terrifying. Anne.
Who's Anne?
She's playing Amaruk.
Here we are.
I haven't been able to do that in a really long time.
You
so I
did
just wanted
it
to bring
last
back.
session.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Well, it felt like a long time.
A
Okay.
whole week.
So, I mean, and it did feel like that. She's going to at some point. Well, I think she spends a lot of time kind of watching the interactions between Euralia and Castor. So I want to give Castor a chance to have that scene before I say what I want to
do
do.
your thing. So you're gonna peek on it, sneak on it.
I mean, if I'm aware that it's happening, then yeah, I want to kind of make a deal with Mark to make me aware, just like I have in the past.
Great. Then make me a stealth check.
Hiya!
And Castor, would you make me a perception check?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Were you also singing while you were stealthing?
No.
Don't be suspicious.
'Cause
Don't
I
be
usually do.
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You said perception?
Yes.
16.
Stealth. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. 17.
Oh.
That was close pancakes.
Almost did the math wrong, but it turns out 11 plus 6 is 17, and not 16.
They
Yeah.
tried to fool you.
Great. So you are able to view this conversation
Cool.
without Castor knowing. Whether or not Euralia will know,
That's a whole other thing.
you may not know.
And she's like, it's like that thing where imagine the Millennium Falcon. Like someone's having a conversation in the hallway. You're just like working on something in the cockpit, but happen to be near the door. It's not like she's like, yun, da, 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 da. That's not what's happening.
Disagree. Hard disagree. She does the whiskey, the husky sneaking thing of. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Parker. Whenever you're ready.
Sure. So the setting would be, I'm guessing she's in some temporary quarters, like just in the bunks.
Sure.
Great. So, Castor goes down and he's like, he does a thing where he goes knock knock and then knocks on like the bedpost
Yeah.
because he totally would.
He do be like
Oh,
that.
So
gestures are so
cute.
funny, man. Euralia says, "Hey, what's up?"
I'm sorry for barging in, but could we talk?
Yeah, sure.
Great. God, it's very weird. I just wanted to touch base, I guess. Do you want to just have a little chat, a chinwag?
Yeah,
you
you've
know?
asked me to talk 3 times now. What do you want to ask?
I know.
me? It's starting to feel like an interrogation, Castor, where the only
Sorry.
question is whether I want to talk or not. Do you have phase to make me talk? So shoot, what's up?
I mean, how did you survive?
Well, they grabbed me. Reinforcements came in. Yeah. Of the slavers we were hitting. And they grabbed me. And they sold me within the week. They were just trying to get rid of me, right? Because I was way too hard to hold on a ship. And I ended up spending the next couple of years. At first, I was doing menial labor on Akaton, just largely like metalworking stuff and some black market weapons factory. And then ended up being, I guess, promoted to house slave, and ended up serving a lot of food to a lot of really handsy people. And then I got handsy back, and I got sold off again, and it's been like that for a while now.
I am so sorry. And Castor wants to say, I'm sorry, I couldn't get there in time. Like, as cryptic as that is, I think, like, just the way he doesn't want to say it, you know?
Yeah. I know. Don't beat yourself up about it.
I know. I just hope that Bright Claw's gonna be a better place for you.
Me too. You gonna take care of me? Make sure I'm fed? Oh, servant of the queen.
Hang on now.
I mean, it is a big change from what we used to do.
I mean,
Do you sharpen her claws?
certainly
for
it
her?
wasn't.
Do you kiss those little toe beans?
I beg your pardon.
I mean, how much dog butt do you have to lick to keep this position? That's all I'm curious about.
Euralia! I should be used to it by now.
That was way more graphic than I thought it was gonna be. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just saying, it's a change. Hey, but we all change.
You do.
Yeah. I don't think I could do what we used to do. Not anymore. I think
That
some time of peace and quiet is in store for me. It'd be nice to be able to decide when I eat.
well, certainly there's going to be a lot of job opportunities on Bright Claw.
Yeah, I think I'm done with working for a while.
You're done with working.
Yeah, Castor. I've been working non-stop except for sleeping and eating for 5 years. I think I want a fucking job right now.
Sorry. Well, I'll make sure you're stable. I'm sorry to bother you.
I'm sure you and your queen will take care of me. I'm sure I'll be able to take care of myself. It's gonna be fine. All right. I've had this feeling, this like pull inside of me for a long time now. And I thought that I was just looking for freedom. But now that I'm free and it's still there, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I want. And I'm sorry for snapping at you. But you just gotta give me some time.
Well, you can count on me. Truly, you can count on me.
Okay.
I'll take care of you.
Okay. Great. Nicely done. Anne.
Who's Anne? So Amruk is going to wait for a time when it's just her and basically when Castor is up in the cockpit making some adjustments and things like that to move up there and close the door and move in and she's kind of appears behind you and sits on, not in the captain's chair, but like on the edge of the like arm piece. And she says, "Well, how are you doing with all of this, Castor?"
Well, well, the ship's going uh, on a clear course to Brightclaw, and I'm glad I could chat with Euralia, and I've hit Julaskia,
What?
I guess. Well, she asked me to. You know, it's one of those things. You know, forget it.
You're still
But-
describing what you've done for other people. How are you doing?
um, I'm confused and relieved. Um, it's just it good. It's just good news, you know. Nothing more than that.
I who want to be clear with you about some things. I think you are you have the biggest heart of anyone on the crew that I think I've met so far. You're willing to call people out when you think they're wrong, myself included, and that's great. And I've always wondered why. What is this sense of duty and obligation that I've seen from you? Where does it come from? And then I saw the look in your eyes when you saw your Alia, and I thought, there it is.
You're not wrong. Well, that's well, that's a long story, really. Truly.
Right. I just feel like it's easy to try to make up for past wrongs and miss some of the details.
And like, you get definitely see one of his eyes like kind of refocus again
Yeah.
and go. Well, if you'd like to lodge a formal complaint, you know where to find me.
Okay. I'm sorry, they didn't mean to offend you. I just. Do you know what she's going to want from us when we get to Brightclaw?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know.
Because she knows an awful lot about you, and we have several people who are not exactly super happy about the way things are going there. Can you trust her 100% to have your back?
Um, well, to tell you the truth, Miss Amaruka, I really don't know. Um, but I can't leave her. I can't just drop her off somewhere. You know, I just gotta make sure she's, you know, just planet side. You know, I just gotta get her planet side, and that's it. You know.
Right. But once we do that, does she. Are we going to be able to help her get settled? And if so, what would she like? I mean, these are all questions that we need to help her answer in the most genuine way possible. And, it's taken me a long time to own my position beyond captain. And the way someone looks at you when you tell them you're a queen, it's like they're wondering how they can take your crown as soon as you say it.
Who?
I'm just saying her reaction to that was disbelief, wondering how someone like you could end up working with someone like me. And I would understand if someone who has been through what she has been through doesn't want to feel that they have to answer to fucking anyone ever again.
I mean, well, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. She says, I would understand if someone who's been through what she's been through were to look at someone in power and feel that they might be under their rule and never want to answer to anything from them ever, once they were free to do as they chose. So all I'm saying is I'm just scared that when we get back home, that maybe she will continue to fight this invisible collar and take it out on us, potentially. I'm not saying it will happen, but it could happen if we don't make sure that she is genuinely happy where she lands.
Could I make a sense motive check, perhaps? Like, what's the worst case scenario? Amaruk would think.
What do you mean?
Make that I mean so what do you I don't feel like you can roll.
Great.
What do you think Amaruk thinks the worst case scenario is, Caster?
Oh,
Because you know as much as Anne can tell you, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
that's yeah, true. Gosh. Like, how could? Oh, sorry.
No. I think we may be done with this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. We're,
Yeah.
I think that might be the fade to
Yeah.
black on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you've both given each other things to think about.
Yep.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's a
The difficult scene.
really difficult scene.
Yeah. Very.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's be comfortable with the uncomfortability there.
Yeah.
And on that note, you eventually fall out of the drift back in the system of Bright Claw. And we are going to take a 5-minute break here. So don't go anywhere. It's gonna continue being this intense and this crazy as things go forward as we get home, and of course turn right around and go the other way back again. It sounds
it's totally fine. Now before we go, just in chat there, you will see a link to the Tiltify. We have almost raised $200 for the Bail Project. So if that is something that you are able to financially support, great. If not, you'll also see another link rolling through chat, so you can learn more ways to support Black Lives Matter in any way that you possibly can. So please take this time to do that, and we'll be right back.
I was made aware today that it is the largest civil rights movement ever, spanning every single state and
It's
multiple
global.
countries.
Also.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All right, we'll be right back, everyone. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back for more Starfound.
Starfound.
Woo! Let's do some claps and we'll get right the heck into it.
It's so funny because it always decides that you have like clapped once really loudly and then it just cuts out the rest of the claps. So it's like clap, silence, silence, silence. But it always pleases me every time.
Stream hears it all.
Like enough now.
All right. So, you fall out of the cascading eternity of the drift into real space again and drift down onto the surface of Brightclaw and into the spaceport of Mercy's Rest. Are you guys are landing inside the keep? Bless you.
Yes.
Great. So you settle down. What's the plan? What's the plot? What are you guys up to? Both immediate.
So,
let's talk about big plan first because that's going to guide our immediate actions.
Right.
I'm pro investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So turning this ship around and going back, and peeping around, maybe under the guise of let's negotiate more, or just sneaky.
So, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh,
interrupt.
I was just gonna say the first is probably the easiest because it's hard to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, Amaruk is all for going back immediately and trying to investigate, but I think she wants to be clear with Hackland about what they know. Because I think she feels that if she can submit a report that they discovered this person, that they helped them escape because slavery is wrong and bad and is not tolerated on Brightclaw, then that is a clear voice on where they stand as a people. And he was bold enough to say to her, you know, I won't deal with you if you are under the thumb of Elo Ketch, right? So she feels she has a duty to say the same to him, and also offer their services, that if he doesn't want to get involved because he thinks that could make the situation implode, then we are absolutely for hire as far as people to figure out what exactly might be going on.
Yeah.
Great.
Because I think that she truly, even if it's stupid, right? I think she truly does not believe the person that she has had these intimate conversations with is capable of being such a bastard. His family, sure, but like I don't think, based on her insight, on her sense motive checks and everything else, that she believes that he's capable of that, or she's just not letting herself believe that. Either way, doesn't really matter.
Cool.
So in my notes, I have Hecklin's son, Brock, written as shits on him, and he won't talk to us. And that's the only thing I have on him.
Yeah.
So
Well-
we shit on him. We take him out back and we poop on him.
And we poop right on his chest.
Great, Poupon.
Cool. So we'll start there, and then see what
Alright,
happens
kids.
when the poo hits. Yeah. So that's kind of where I am as Anne and as Amaruk as far as what we should do. Bye, Helena. But as far as what we should do with Euralia before we leave, that's like a whole other question. Because it's sort of a delicate situation. We need to find her a place where she is going to be comfortable, and feel taken care of. And I'm more than happy to find her a place where she can do that. But I will have to ask her, is she going to feel comfortable in the keep If she is, she's going to be under surveillance because we survey everything that goes on in the keep. And I don't want to trigger her after being under like close lock and key for so long.
But-
Does she want to go live in town? Can we
But
rent
I'm
her an
like-
apartment?
I'm like free to come and go.
Well, I don't see why not.
Okay. And I mean, it's not. That's fine,
Okay.
right? There's not like a camera in my bathroom, right?
No. Oh my God, no.
Well, I don't
Ew.
know.
That's awful. There's one in mine, but only because it's hard to see beneath my tail.
Everyone's head swivel.
This episode and dog butt. Like, what's going on?
This episode brought to
sorry.
you by Dogbutt.
I'm so sorry.
We all just broke.
Whoa.
Just shattered.
Um,
Right.
I'm Jabberwocky, and you're listening
So
to
you're ready to
Dogbutt.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Sphincter with the wand.
Yeah.
All right.
you know what? I don't know what it's going to take. Could we
Yeah, you guys absolutely have diplomatic
Dedicate.
rooms.
dedicate one star shard to giving her time and resources to figure out what she wants to do with her life?
Yeah, that's remarkably
lovely.
generous.
Well, it feels like if you were actually gonna, I mean, all of her conversation with Castor was about like, how do we know that she genuinely is going to be able to feel like she's able to do what she wants rather than be
Yep.
just in another version of slavery,
But
right?
you
So
absolutely
you give someone, if you give someone enough resources, then technically she could buy her own ship. She can get the hell out of here if she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have her to have complete freedom and understand that her freedom is complete
Fantastic.
than wonder about it and maybe cause problems.
So you have to go take care of that diplomatic everything, right?
Yeah.
And that'll probably take a day while the ship reloads. What is everyone else doing?
Can we give your friend a tour around everywhere?
Right, yeah. So you guys like leave the ship and you make this suggestion, and Euralia just kind of like sits down on a piece of cargo and is like, "No, I'd rather just sit for a little while. Is that okay? I'd like
Totally.
I haven't gotten to just watch people.
Ooh, the people watching here is real weird.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for my pal Victor. He has he doesn't have any eyes, but he has this like bandana that he like wraps around his head. But he's really sour and super grumpy, but super fun to watch.
Sounds like my kind of dude. Thanks, Kia.
Yeah.
While this is happening, I walk off to a local ice cream vendor and get Moji Berry ice cream cones for everybody.
yeah, beach episode. No, I'm kidding. It's not,
I
but
need a
a
beach
little bit is.
episode,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
Great.
And
We're
then I
like,
just,
before we go
perfect.
and
With all the
eradicate
hands.
slavery from this planet, let's have some ice
Let's
cream.
have some ice cream. Great. So you do
Mhm.
that. What is everyone doing with their 24 hours?
I guess finding Euralia a place to, just be,
Yeah, I mean, she's got that taken care of, right? She kind of seems to
Alright,
want to
good.
like do her own thing.
It's her first
Right.
time doing it in a really long
Mhm.
time.
Great, awesome.
So as much as you want to like hover over her, she keeps pushing you away,
Gotcha.
which hurts,
I'll
I
give-
think. But
Yeah, but I have to give her space. Let's see.
I'm gonna be making some adjustments and tinkering to a little project that I'm doing that's a little insectoid.
Ooh.
So I'll be working in my lab.
oh, cool. So you are. What are you doing with this insectoid? What are you doing with the insectoid, Kia?
Making a bomb.
No, it's
Bug
Making
bomb!
a NPC?
it's a thing. It's a new thing.
Mhm.
In which I can do stuff.
I'm just gonna
when I-
I'm gonna let this lie because you're clearly not gonna tell me anything.
Let it happen. Let it happen, my friends.
Okay,
Hopefully
great.
in this next saga it'll come up.
You're making a bug. Cool, great. Enough for me.
Cool.
Jabby.
I would definitely. I would go get some water packets.
Mhm.
Just so I have oh, like 12 little water bottles. Just as adding that to my stuffs, and then go to the lab and just do some rolling on the.
Great.
Oh, I wanted
boys.
to like start a program where. Oh no, that's creepy. Never mind, that's bad. I just realized that was morally reprehensible.
Every time I ask Jabby, he's like, well, I'm going to do this completely weird thing that you won't understand, and then I'll go
Right.
work on my projects. And I'm like, why do you need
Okay.
those 12 prosthetic arms? I don't know, maybe for later.
It's just good to know I have options. It's fine.
Yeah, I actually want to take some of, like, see if I can borrow some of the swarm samples from Kia so I can start working on, like, a Hulk out serum.
She's not with it.
Oh no, you totally can. Like you come into the lab
Mhm.
and you see that like out of her back, she's like kind of like trying to get herself into a bug dome. It looks like one of the bugs.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
she's like trying to fit herself in. She's like, damn it, shit. Oh.
As soon as you lock eyes, he does that, like, fur bristle from the toes to the top, like in a Ghibli movie, like the
Oh my god.
yeah.
eyes go wide, like,
Hey,
hi.
it's in beta. It's in beta. Okay, it's not ready. Don't look at me. Turn around.
Okay, I turn around.
She like takes it off and like stuffs it in a closet. He goes, yes. How can I
It goes.
help you?" Hush.
Should I pretend I didn't hear that?
Hear what? What do you need?
I see. Okay, cool, great. That works. I was wondering. So you know the swarm?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Well, yeah. Oh. Okay. So you know how you felt like really powerful when you were tapped into that hive mind, and you can like feel the strength of the
boy,
suit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What if we
Oh, no.
could make a serum where we can like push, like inject it into you, and then you just kind of like Hulk out for a little bit, like get real strong, basically
I
like
made
channel the
something
swarm's
similar.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. I made something similar with some toxins, but
Ooh.
I mean maybe. Well, the
Neurotoxins?
Yes. I can't remember
That was
exactly what
useful.
kind of toxins. I haven't used them in a
Hmm.
while. It's basically an adrenaline inject into yourself, like a super soldier.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
I have yet to use that. Anyway, I've made it this far. But if you want, I can give you some samples of the samples.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, of course. Over here, I have a whole section. It's color coded. This is the purple section. That's for the hive mind, because it's all.
Oh,
psychic.
the purple for the okay. See, that's really cool because I just have a mess.
I'm so sorry. Do you want me?
No,
Listen, I love to organize. I can come in and fix everything.
I actually felt physical pain at the thought of someone organizing my mess.
Okay,
So
fair
that's
enough.
a new learning experience for me. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
That's really
anytime,
cool.
anytime.
Why?
But yeah, no, here.
Why
The
are
coffee
all
here is
my
really good
scientists
too,
mad?
though.
Great. So, in
So-
brief, another awkward, terrible goodbye from Elena.
Literally, my entire
up, man.
takeaway. My entire takeaway from watching that scene was, "Oh my god, there are two of them."
I know, right? Why are all my scientists mad?
Yeah, it's great. You mad, bro? Yes. The answer is yes. So I want to say that aside from like organizing, my bank account to get this star shard ready for, and it's basically that Euralia can come pick it up at her leisure from Dirtbath. Like she'll sign in, he'll give her whatever is left,
Yeah.
yada yada. She's gonna take the time to chat with the Vlaka.
Mhm.
And the conversation is with Goruk and her mother, um, primarily.
Your mom didn't come.
Oh yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Then her mom's not there.
That's the first time.
Her sister, it's fine.
I've
Who,
told you
who
that.
else is it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People are there.
Yeah.
Clan Yuga, Pride. Yeah. Okay. So, she basically launches into a discussion with them, um, that goes a little something like this. No. Well, I've come to understand that there might be, well, we have to decide what kind of people we want to be. Um, for a long time, we have been treated as the best diplomats and the most balanced and kind-hearted people when it comes to dealing with fair trade and everything else. But we are on the edge of space. We are living amongst mercenaries, and that does not mean that we should let ego and greed consume us, but it does mean that we need to make a strong stance on where the line is. And that goes also for our allies. And she will tell them what they've heard about the potential of slaves being used by the dwarves. And so I suppose as Vlaka, because I am so visibly in the front of this could determine what people think of our people in general, depending on how this goes.
Well, be careful.
Waruk,
No. Shut your big yapper and listen for a moment. Be careful. Don't get ahead of yourself here, because you're right. You are overextending a little too much, putting your hands in another king's pile. It's a little much. I agree. We have to make a decision. But look, the slavery is entirely illegal in the Pact Worlds. A little bit of information or a tip-off would go a long way to sending these other people diving into the dirt, and their lucrative contracts would all dry up. So I don't think we have to push too hard. What are you intending to do? You're just going to talk to him, yeah?
I don't think that Heckland, I don't think he is capable of something like this. Not the person that I know. And I know you and I have an uncanny way of tugging on the stars to determine why people are the way that they are. But I have a feeling
Yes.
that whatever this is, I truly do not think that he knows about it. And if he did, I think he would be heartsick.
Well, then, go talk to him.
And then once we find out, I think they have resources that we need. I say we offer our services in rooting out whatever's going on so that he can go about business. He's a dying man. I don't think he's ready to make some kind of expedition even within his own ranks.
Sure. I honestly, Amaruk, I don't have much counsel to give you here. Just don't play to your hand too quick. You're right, we don't want to get caught in the mire, and don't offer too much, and don't send Vlaka to die for some idiot's mistake. He can clean up his own mess. He's a big boy, it sounds like. And, as you say, maybe not even his fault. Maybe he gets to clean up his own bullshit, and then he gets to look big and strong. So you can do him more favors by letting him be king than by trying to be queen everywhere.
I definitely don't want to be queen everywhere. I barely wanted to be queen here. But duty finds you, you know.
Great. Well, I mean, inform your new friend. It sounds like he could be good for us.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that
We don't
The
have
Flocka-
slaves here. I'm not trading in slaves. Is that what you're saying?
no, I'm saying I want to make sure that we all feel the same way, that if there is unspeakable evil nearby, that we will not tolerate it.
At what expense? That's the question. We don't have an army, Amruk.
I know.
So maybe we just stick to our own borders for now.
Okay. Okay.
Go tell
I
your
just-
friend, absolutely. And I trust, I mean, I don't know, I can't see him myself. I trust my own understanding of people much more than I trust yours, but you were the one there. Look, you wanted me to be honest. I'm being honest. You see the
Fine.
good in people, and I see the bad. So go. I think it's better to tell him and find out the hard way.
Yeah. We, what?
Like that.
Anne's like, yep, fuck this. Oh, God, fuck. No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she opens her jaw, her maw, as
Mhm.
if to say something, and she turns on her heels and like pats her sister on the shoulder and is heading out, and then she turns back and says, looks over her shoulder at Goruk, and she says, Goruk, seeing the worst in people all the time sounds pretty exhausting. And then she walks out.
And you hear your sister go, and he goes, it is.
Oh.
Mopey sad boy, doggo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Sucks to suck.
oh
No,
my
I'm kidding.
God. Don't you ever get close to your microphone again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Just
kid.
right there.
It's just right here.
Oh,
Um,
oh no, that is too close to my ear.
Here. Oh Jesus.
So, Parker, you were thinking about what you wanted to do. Now is the time to make that decision.
Great. I feel Castor would be looking for a pet to take care of, because he needed a hobby, and like, I think just meeting Euralia again just kind of activated just some hole to open up.
Okay, great. What kind of pet do you want, Castor?
We
That's
already
a-
have a squawks.
Who owns the squawks technically?
It hangs out
Okay.
with me in my lab.
Great, excellent.
My
Shiz
partner.
wants you to get a cat.
Get
I
a
mean,
cat.
Space
I'm
cat.
gonna have to do some research about that, unless.
Why don't you get a 3-eared bunny? A sick 3-eared bunny.
All right, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, great. So you do some research. You go and sit in the Vesk bar, right? Do what you were doing kind of before you left, right? And as soon as you come in the door, you realize that there's a rarely here but very friendly face. James is here, but James is not James from the orbital platform. You guys may remember.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Whoa!
He's here, but he's not dressed in his jumpsuit stained with coffee and grease. He is dressed very well. And is courting the attention of two remarkably attractive gnomes.
Oh yeah, baby.
You got a glow up.
So ready.
And so she is, or he is, as when you come in, right? His eyes like drift over, and he sees you. And he goes, "Oh, hey, they go, Castor 9.
Oh no.
That's right.
Amarooks. A Wolfie, right? That's you."
That's the one. That's
Well, excuse me, lady. I gotta go. See you, good old friend right here. Give me one moment. Castor, how are you? How's all the thing? What are you been up to down on the earth with the gravity? Oh, it's tough. I can barely lug my butt all around here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, we just came back from a diplomatic mission, in the Matchroll system, and
Important sound.
good news all around.
Good. I like good news. I like good news. You know, I got good news myself. I've been having a bit of good news myself. Landed a solid contract with Mega Fuel, so they're pulling
Mega
all my gas and bringing it back to Pack Worlds. There's a wonderful situation. I'm just making loads and loads of credits. Loads and loads of credits, like buckets and barrels of garbage dumpfuls. So I thought I'd come down after a long time. I've been hiring new people. We're expanding up there is a big thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I want to be forward about it because I'm sorry about our deal. It got swept under the rug and was slow and told me to give you fuel and was like a little shady, you know. That wolf, she kind of gets a little demanding, right? So I just want to, in case I'm stepping on any toes, just want to apologize. Just be clear.
Oh yes. Well, shucks, no need to apologize.
Oh, thanks, shucks.
It's what we do. It's what we do. We save you. We give you we tit for tat, I guess. You know, you're absolutely welcome here on Bright Claw.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Cast with your you're looking mad sharp. A little worried though. You okay?
Worried?
Yeah, you got a little bit of haze
worried?
around the eyeballs.
Oh,
Hazy days.
haze. Well, maybe there was some bad news. But we're handling it.
Ain't my play to take all pry. Know what I mean? I'm only in town for one night. I ain't doing my business. You take care of it. You got it. You eat it on up. All right.
Yes, I do. I do got it. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you,
You're
James.
so welcome. Have a good one. Have a good one. Good luck.
You
to you.
too. Good luck.
And he goes back to Namish. It's people. What was that, Parker?
No, I just said great.
Great. Fantastic. So, I'm wondering how much of that you guys understood, which is kind of the best part of that character.
I
Yes.
don't understand anything that just happened. I'll be real with you. I have no
Yeah.
Experience.
I'm pretty sure
It was not golden.
he's now working with like a big time oil and gas company,
Yeah.
and that
Yes.
he's worried that he's swept us under the rug.
You guys had made a tentative deal with him that you would
Yeah.
get the rights
So
to
he's
export
saying
your
he
stuff.
fucked us.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Where's my money?
And he's making up for it? Question mark?
No, he's not.
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh, I was just so happy to see him.
God damn it, Gaster!
You didn't
I
secure the
love
deal.
Castor. Oh, he's so cute.
No, he's losing us our money. We don't have any resources.
Well, let's steal some.
Court
We need
martial.
export. We need trade goods.
You guys are losing them
Jesus
by
Christ.
the second because you're not hopping on them.
Seal the deal.
Fantastic.
God, no.
So, so you start looking at different pets, and we'll let you do the rest of that looking between games, Parker.
Totally, yeah, I like that.
And night comes, and as the short night is beginning to go, you all head to bed and pull down your blinds to block out the coming sun. And just as you're starting to wake, whose text sound is that?
Sorry, I have no idea. It's probably me, and I'm trying to stop it. But I can't tell where it's coming from, is the thing. So I'm working on it.
Great.
I'm working on it.
So you Caster, you're the one who is going to recognize this. Absolutely. The sun is just going down and you're just starting to wake up and get ready to take off for another day when you hear very clearly the Kingfisher's engine.
God damn it.
How far away? How far away is the Kingfisher from where I am?
It's just starting up. And like
It's just starting.
pulling up, yeah.
Oh, like it's leaving.
Yeah.
Well, are you?
Anne has
Sorry,
left. Anne has left the screen. For a second, I thought that you had just gotten up and gone, but instead you just muted yourself so you could scream.
I mean, I wasn't pleased.
You have the in-system comms, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Then I'm gonna try and contact Kingfisher.
Silence.
All right, can I make a computer's check to like kind of hack in?
Yeah, can't we ground it? How do we make this stop happening to us? Every
Shoot it out of the sky.
time we've left the Kingfisher, we've described it as like we put it in lockdown so that only we can operate
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Click, click.
Click, click. Is that so hard? GM?
God!
Can you lock my fucking car?
It's fine. We just now have to be paranoid.
Well, we've been paranoid this whole time and nothing's ever happened.
yeah.
God, okay, it's
and
fine.
and dice will do what dice do.
Okay, well, I hate dice. No,
all
I'm
right.
kidding. I
Oh,
love them.
good.
Blasphemy.
This is taking into account everything that you guys have done. Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. So you don't feel cheated too heavily. Caster, you're still the only one who knows about this.
Shiz
You
says
asked
if you
about
had
a
gotten a cat,
computer
this
check.
wouldn't have
You could
happened.
absolutely try to hack into the computer systems.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Go for it.
That's a 30.
Great. So you get some access. It seems like a bunch of the internal passwords and encryption has been changed. You are able to access the doors, and you're able to access the onboard cameras.
The doors, as in like all the doors, like in the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then the cameras as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I see who's piloting, or is on the ship?
It's Euralia.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
mean,
of course it is. Of course it is.
this
um,
bitch. I gave her a star shard. A star
I gave
shard.
her my sweater. She has my sweater.
Infinitely
Not the
more important.
sweater.
Jabberwocky
I gave her
sips
my
tea.
Holy moly! Well, I'm just gonna close all the doors on the ship then,
Mm-hmm.
just to know that, I'm in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a warning.
Great. She like looks behind her, and you catch like a look of her face, and there's this mask of desperation and also excitement.
All right. All right, then I guess I'm gonna contact the crew.
Great.
She what?
Open up all the doors. If you have access to the doors, just open up the doors. She'll get sucked into the void of space.
Can I deploy the drones?
Oh, all of the
Deploy
like,
the fucking drones.
is there like
Eyes just wig out, like rolling back into the head.
And
I'm
she
Galadriel.
also is gonna call cybersecurity because this should not happen. Client tech.
She's like, IT.
Yeah. No, but I mean literally okay, to be clear, they have ships
Mm-hmm.
and they are supposed to be watching out for this shit.
They have a ship. that destroyer in the sky, right? That's in orbit.
Okay, well then it's one step forward, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tell them that someone has stolen our ship, and that it needs to be
Absolutely.
tractor beamed.
Yeah, we got it. We don't have a tractor beam on this ship, but we do have it on scopes. It looks like it's staying inside Atmo. It's heading northeast from where you are.
Towards J.
Yeah, actually, yeah, towards Point J. Give me a second.
What's Point J again?
That's
Well, why
that-
don't we go to our battle cam and we can see?
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wow, it's Roll20
Wow.
map.
Funny.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
going it's going a little bit northerly than easterly, and it is after a couple
Okay.
seconds they send you graphics, and it's heading on a straight line towards J.
Oh my.
Towards J.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Have
we
we
fire
been
a
to
ship?
J?
You absolutely have been to J.
Is that where the big fucking plant was?
No,
No. What's at J?
J
This
was the sunken city.
City, I don't think I was
Oh.
there for that.
Mermaids.
You were not there for that, J.
Yeah, the one where I really wanted there to be mermaids, and there
And
absolutely
there weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. Okay,
Is
well,
there anything
how are
else
we
that
gonna
you guys,
get
what
over
else
there?
do you guys remember about J?
Wasn't that where we found Dirt Bath?
Mm-mm.
In the
No.
sunken-
That was
What
over
was
where
that-
Desna's
what
wing
was the
is.
city then? What was that city then?
B or A, excuse me.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, this one we scanned looking for signs of like life because I really wanted there to be like an underwater
yeah.
city, and there
there
wasn't. No
were
matter
a
how
ton.
much, no matter how much I signaled to Miles that that's what I wanted, he didn't add it to the
He
game
said no.
in the moment.
Yeah.
So, so it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
I'm just gonna remind you
But we
all
did
of
make
this.
scans.
You went to J searching for the final pod.
Right.
Right.
You found one last insane mercenary and
Right.
footsteps
and
leading
murder.
into the sea
Yeah.
of blood.
Yep.
Giant
Yep.
footsteps.
Yep.
Woof. All right.
Uh-oh.
Amazing how
There
you block
is
out the truly
my
traumatic
Can you-
Personal
experiences.
favorite
Yeah.
illustration of surprise is Mums
Yeah, yeah.
of
it's
this
really
moment.
Yeah.
That is just
Okay,
harrowing.
and that was
Yeah.
Jay.
Yikes.
good. Okay, so can't you ask her why she's going there? Can't we? Isn't this like a hostage situation where she's holding our ship hostage? Should we not? I don't know how to deal with this. Should we not try to just ask her what she wants and try to help her?
I say we borrow a ship and follow her.
Okay. Well, what ship though?
A ship.
You guys rush down to the like the spaceport, right? And there's this one kind of janky looking merchant. Excuse me. There's this one kind of janky looking merchantman that is just
Yeah.
sitting. It's the only ship sitting in
Yeah.
port. It looks like it's offloaded all of its cargo, right? A
Yeah.
bunch of different computer chips, and its pilot and presumably captain. This kind of like he is a salamander. Right?
Like a little one?
He's, that's so much
Not
better than what I
tiny
was doing. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man.
A literal salamander is
I'm
like.
where's the captain? Oh God, I almost stepped on him.
Oh no.
He's sitting down
Fast.
there, and
You
he's
can say
smoking a
50% or
cigarette,
more.
and he says, "Oi, what you need?"
By order
Car
of the queen,
insurance.
we need your car insurance. God damn it. Aflac. No, that's the duck. Okay, so she goes, by order of the queen, aka me, we need to commandeer your ship for the day, but we will bring it back.
Are you paying?
I can give you my I was just like, I can give you my ID. I promise I'll come back.
No. Yeah, we'll pay you. We'll pay you. Move.
All right, here I go. And he like up
Yeah, I say I'll give you 100 credits. Just take us
into
there.
the tiniest cockpit chair you've ever seen. His little gecko salamander hands grip on the cockpit. This is so fucking funny.
But like it's two hands on one little ball thing.
His tongue comes out and licks his eye, and you guys take off and you shoot off into space.
Gotta get that
Why
good
not?
eye juice.
His ship, he has
Amazing.
like a cargo ship, right? Which is obviously, like all the cargo parts are done by these large, very sad-looking forklift bots, who are like so surprised that they are taking off. Oh, whoa, oh, God, oh, already we were scheduled to leave later, sir.
Gillespie
Hi, Miss
pets one
Mark.
of them.
And you guys zip off towards Jay.
Yeah.
You're much slower than the Kingfishers. The Kingfisher
Yeah.
actually settles down and lands at Jay.
This bitch.
And you all zip over. Actions? What are you guys doing? Talk to me. Yeah.
Readying my weapon,
Yeah.
please.
I turn to Caster, and I am like, checking all my gear and everything, and I say, before we go in here, is there anything that you know about what she might want to do in a place like this?
No idea. I'm trying to figure that. I'm trying to figure that out myself. To be
This is
frank.
the second time she's tried to
Listen.
steal our ship. And this time actually means something because she knew it was yours. And I just want you to remember that.
She did also succeed.
I mean, good on her, but like, she knew. Friends don't steal other friends' ships without consequences.
And I'm not going to forget it. I'm certainly not.
I mean, that's your ship, man.
You sound like you've. Oh my God. But his accent.
Who knows? Another salamander.
You
comes
sound
out.
like you have a very complicated group dynamic between the five of you.
Yeah, it's really weird.
How's that going for you? You figured it out?
It's really weird.
Is it really weird?
It's really weird.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Do you want to come with?
It's unfortunate. I mean, a little bit. You pay well. I mean,
Yeah. You want to come?
as
Well,
taxi service.
we have 100 credits for you. How does that sound?
I mean, yeah, I already agreed to the job.
Oh, okay, great.
What do you
Then
pay?
come with us.
What do you pay weekly?
That's a whole other conversation.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll negotiate with
Okay,
your
just
people.
completely distracted by my new favorite character. I'm no longer just the GM.
Love
I'm
it.
also playing Fred, the
Fred.
salamander co-pilot.
Fred the salamander. Fred is my co-pilot.
That's a T-shirt
Oh my
I
God.
want.
Noted.
So you you arrive over. What are you guys doing? What's the action here?
So, I guess we should. I want to try and track. Is anybody else better at tracking, like with a survival check?
Oh, so you guys are
Nice.
trying to land? Just
Yeah,
landing
have-
straight
are
away?
we
we're
close
gonna.
enough
We're gonna.
right
We
now?
should scan for her. Scan for her
Yeah.
first.
Great, absolutely.
Scan.
Fred's gonna make that computer check. Fred's
Okay.
gonna roll a
Thanks, Fred.
5. He's like, well, they're a little busted, but we do what we can. I mean, it's hard to see pirates coming, but
Okay. Would you mind if like one of us used the computers? Because I'm not gonna lie, we're really good at it. And I don't know your life, but
well, you could,
I
but
just-
the controls are really small.
I just kind of surreptitiously cast mending, just generally as I walk around. Just like,
All right, go ahead and one of you roll a computer's check with disadvantage because it's tiny.
Great. I have a 16 on computers. Does anyone else want to roll that?
Damn, no, that's 3 higher than me, boo.
Okay. With disadvantage,
Yeah.
here we go. Ooh, I'm so glad. That's a 31. So I rolled a 2 and a 15.
Disadvantage, you get that too.
Oh, that's. Yeah, you're right. I get that too. What? But it's 2
isn't
plus.
that 17 or
It's
18?
18.
It's
yeah.
2 plus 18.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 plus 16,
Absolutely.
which is 8.
So she's right around there. You can't exactly tell where, but there's a bunch of life signatures, and one of them is clearly the Shunta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you guys
Great.
slide down and settle onto one of these large, rusting and silver and concrete skyscrapers, right? and begin to make your way down carefully as bits and pieces of this thing are collapsing off the side. And this place is entirely different in the day. 1 second for my notes. Oh, wrong keys.
Wrong keys.
There are these teal singing birds with these bright yellow heads that flit back and forth between the buildings, and these as one of them slides, you see this gliding form fly by and just snapped one of them up before it lands like a basketball on one of the on one of the lower structures, and it unfolds, and it's this 3-armed like octopus thing that starts to tear apart the bird as it sits. There's also these
it's beautiful.
These large trees that kind of dangle down, and below you can see the like waves of seaweed coming down from like sprouting out from the edges of these buildings, and their large egg seed sacs pressing up against the edge of the water. And you're surprised to see, right as you reach this lower level, something stands up near you. And it's this large giraffe-like creature that has, it's like blue and purple all the way down with like various different spots. And it reaches up and plucks one of these juicy pieces of fruit from the greenery that's growing on the side of the building and chews it while it ponders your existence. This large brown eye just staring at you.
May I approach it slowly and with caution?
Yeah, absolutely.
The devil.
Cool.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh.
And
What is
so we
animal
saw the
handling
face
in
of the
this?
devil.
Life
Oh,
science?
it is life science. You're right.
-5 DC for zoology, mister.
All right, there it is.
Let you know. Oh.
Said
Devil
very good
giraffe.
or
You know
very
what? That is still a 17.
bad. So it like you come closer to it and it kind of makes it so that's my physical side of it spirally going away from you. Meanwhile, everyone else is like rushing ahead, and below you can see Euralia in the shadow of the kingfisher, and she's waist deep in water, and her hands are kind of spread out on the edges of the water. And you guys are able to easily climb down and reach her.
Okay.
It's on you.
I'm gonna. So how close are we to her? Sorry.
As close as you want to be.
Great. I'm just gonna call it to her. Euralia?
She does not respond.
Euralia?
She does not respond.
Kia, is she enchanted?
I don't know. It doesn't look like she's like walking slowly into the water.
She's
Yeah.
She's
still.
just standing. Just still. I don't know. I can try and get a closer look. So
Please do.
I'll
quickly put on my galoshes and
Yeah.
splish splash out. Be like,
And I'm
"Hey!"
gonna just because you're small, I'll let you take the lead, but I'm just gonna go with you in a
Thanks.
bodyguard protective manner
Great.
so that you can do your
Beautiful.
good work.
So you guys
Thank
get
you.
about 12 feet away from her, and she wheels around, and this kind of like desperation and also like incredible excitement sits on her face, and she says, "It's in here, Castor,
What's in
What's
here?
in?
Castor, it's in here.
What do you mean
The-
it's in here?
The
Euralia?
thing is in here." She like pats her chest.
Thing? What thing?
Oh my God! How are you so dense? It's in here. The thing. Oh, we talked about it. The thing that the thing that calls to me.
Oh.
I see. Well, um, uh, it's not calling to me. Is it calling pretty hard to you?
Yes.
Okay,
It's like
well,
my heart is being torn out of my chest. It's down there.
Euralia, I don't know what you mean.
It's
It's
calling to me.
Okay. Well, let us help you then.
All right.
We go.
Yeah. Can we?
Life bubble! And I just cast life bubble on all five.
Just
of
shouts
us.
life bubble. But this time unlike last time, it's not life bubble.
Yeah. Life
Loy
bubble!
be doy be
Acha!
doy.
Okay, cool.
Really?
Yeah, let's go. You're all prepped now. Shall we?
All right.
You're
Who
a
is
friend of
this weird
Castor's.
giraffe thing, though?
He's my friend. His name is Bob. We'll talk with him later. He's a little grumpy.
Okay.
Just
Because I'm
for
wearing
clarification,
Um,
did you say he just kind of like spiders his way over before?
Yeah.
Okay,
like that.
cool. Just wanted to be sure that awful thing did happen. Cool.
You know
great.
how
That is-
things
that-
that have like super long, delicate legs.
I hate it. Yeah. I wouldn't have said spidery though. They're just like that giraffe is the devil, and I will not stand for
awkward
it.
about it, right?
Don't like it.
And spiders
So
are
who
all
all
legs.
is life
Fun.
bubbled? Can we life
Everybody.
bubble to
Everybody.
everybody? Even
Yeah.
Salamander?
Spiders on the ship. Is he with us?
Can I fit him in my bubble?
Well,
Can I
how
just
many
fit
life
him in my
bubbles can you
bubble?
do?
Just gonna
Can we bring
drag
him along?
Fred.
Many.
Is he our goblin? Is he
Oh,
the
yeah.
goblin that the party falls in love with?
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
no, I can
Miles.
bubble him. I can bubble him. I can bubble 6 people at a time.
Great.
Well, this
so
is
a teeny
exciting.
tiny bubble.
This is
and then-
exciting. Where are we going?
Dive.
Underwater.
Is it safe?
No.
Oh. It's like already sinking.
Oh no.
Amazing. That was so perfectly timed. No. No, it's not safe.
No.
Okay. And to that end, Amaruk looks back at Castor and then goes, "Come on."
Geronimo.
For those of you who are on the podcast, Amaruk made a very non-committal head wobble and then
Yeah.
told Castor to come
Sorry, I forgot.
Bitch, you better wobble, dude.
Yeah.
And also for those on the podcast, Castor pinched his nose before going into the water, even though he's in a life bubble.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Thanks, Castor.
Amazing.
Jabby flips on his hood, so that the like EDM mouse kind of looking face appears with the smiley bit, and then shakes the drones set in place on his shoulders and on the back of his head, and then he dives in.
Beautiful. So,
Amaruk looks at the giraffe and then dives in.
and the first thing that you notice is that this giraffe's legs go all the way down.
I hate it. I hate it even more.
Hundreds
love
it.
of
That is the
feet.
devil.
Hundreds of feet? What is wrong with you?
He's so tall.
He
I
wants to
love
be
him.
tall.
Oh,
He wants to be tall.
Boys.
Like Jenna Marbles,
that's
he wants
the
to be
spirit
tall.
of the forest.
I love him so much.
I think
Um,
we just met the Grim Reaper.
No, his name's Robert.
He could be both. Robert could be a
Um,
Reaper.
You're right.
So you're able to see a remarkable distance through this very clear water. And you see these little silverfish dart in and out among the wreckage of this ancient city that is like just the tops of it are poking out of the water, and underneath it are wreaths of seaweed and other strange kind of fruited kelp, as well as like pieces of clinging coral that hang off of the edge of the concrete, dangling precariously, and through it weave these silverfish and longer eel-like creatures hunting them. And below you, at the very edge of the light, shimmering down through the ceiling of the water, if you will, you can see a massive city, broken and empty, stretching out ahead of you. Large shadows move between the destroyed and consumed buildings as huge fish slither back and forth looking for prey. And as you sink around the corner of the building that you're right next to comes this massive whale-like creature whose jaws spread open in this fan, sucking up water, and you find yourselves like tumbled towards it, but are able to
Not
just
again!
barely swim away.
I will not be consumed.
As smaller fish and plankton alike get caught in this net before it closes its jaw and kind of weaves its way over you. This massive sings out through the water as it passes away from you. And then you notice that two of its children break off from little like sockets in the side of it where they were hiding to swim around it. And you continue to descend. Make sure I didn't miss any of my favorite ideas.
I'm obsessed with that whale.
See, I like the
I will
whale,
be
but I
back.
also fear the whale in a very
Oh,
healthy
fear the
way.
whale.
I fear the whale.
As
I
you
don't
get a
know.
little closer to these destroyed buildings down here, which look to be about, I mean, they're like 12, 15 stories tall from the broken and shattered ground underneath them, and still maintaining their structure despite the fact that it's clear that this entire shelf, well, make me a physical science check. One of yous.
I have a 12 in it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
better than mine.
So 21.
So if you were to hypothesize what happened to this city, is that the entire shelf that it was sitting on, something underneath it gave way and it collapsed, right? It looks like this kind of tectonic movement doesn't make sense unless it's like a citywide sinkhole, right? But the buildings themselves are remarkably sturdy to have stood for this long, right? And you can see chunks and pieces of not asphalt, but something else down below marking these streets. And as you go down, you look into the windows of these rooms, right? Some of them are peaked, some of them are square-like, some of them have arches. There's a great variety of architecture down here. And as you do, you see these shimmering, gleaming, glowing cuttlefish-like creatures that
Ooh.
dart forward and start to swim around you up and down, like getting this little sound as they go around you, examining you. Tentacles reach out and kind of like touch the edges of your legs and arms.
I'm going to poke one, just softly,
Just suddenly
in a loving way.
it like darts away, and a very intelligent looking eye kind of like eyeballs you and blinks.
I
back at
eyeball
you.
it back.
I'm
I'm obsessed. Okay,
where
great.
this about to go.
And below you is a large it looks almost like a bridge that spans over the street below it, and you're like falling right down on top of it. And as these cuttlefish are like swimming around you, dancing and glowing in many different colors, they change back and forth. It seems almost like they're communicating back and forth with each other with their colors. You hear it. This low rumble. And then you see it. The light coming from deeper in the ocean. And it approaches, coming closer and closer. This clearly artificial light shining out through the water, like a kind of fluorescent glow, until a train passes underneath you. Fully powered, shining light, making this sound as it moves through the dark depths of the ocean.
What?
Train!
The
You did it.
fuck?
I literally watched Aquaman last night.
There's a city down here? I swear to God, Miles, don't you fucking give me... If you're gonna give me Gungans, you better give me some Gungans, okay? Because...
You want Gungans?
I just want a cool underwater city, and I want mermaids. And if that's too much to ask as your friend, then I don't know.
This would be helpful for learning how to make underwater bases.
Okay, I'll give you mermaids.
Oh my god, there's a city underwater.
So
Guys, we should totally follow the train. Oh my god, there's a train. Do you think people are on it? Do you think it's just running by itself? Or the cuttlefish? Do they power the train? Hi.
Amaru is just
I don't
swimming
like
for the
that.
train with her lorg arms.
Fantastic. So
Lord.
the train passes underneath you, and this is like
Yeah.
bullet train speed.
Yeah.
It moves at a remarkable speed away from you, and it looks like it's going inland, right? Can I get a perception check from the best of you?
Oh, that's not gonna be
I
me.
doubt that that's me, but let me
I
check.
have a 10.
My
have a
perceptione is
0.
a +7, so.
You've got 7.
All right, Kia, take us away.
Do it,
Ah.
go.
That is a 21. +5
Ooh.
if it's a vision-based perception.
It is indeed a vision-based perception check.
26, my dude.
Ooh, girl.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, that zest.
So you settle onto this train, train rails below you, right? Each of you. And Fred says, "Oh, shouldn't be a train down here," and everyone agrees. And Aurelia starts to like look around and says, deeper, deeper,
Deeper.
deeper,
How much deeper than this?
and goes to like jump off the edge of the train.
What, Aurelia?
What?
Gonna try to catch her.
What?
Careful, it's dangerous, you know.
Well, then let's go.
I know, but how much deeper do you need to go?
I
than
don't
this?
know. All right. Look,
I'm
Castor,
just
Castor, I understand that you're worried, and I completely. How do I say this? How do I say this? How do I fucking say this? I understand that you're worried, and I'm sorry I'm not doing the best job of respecting your worry right now. I have to do this thing, and I don't expect any of you to come along with me. Thank you for the help. I have to go though.
Come on, Castor. We have to know too what's down here.
Certainly, yes. Well,
I grab. Oh,
oh, I'll go with you, Euralia, until you need to do your business, I guess.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
grab my salamander friend, and he starts to glow. This like kind of orangish color, and it's like a dim glow. It's a nice dim glow, but it's a 30-foot radius in case anyone cares. And I go, "Let's go!"
He goes,
And I jump off the thing.
Oh my
oh my.
god.
Well, this is nice. I could get
You
used to
look
that. Oh,
great.
tingles. Tingles down below.
I know,
Oh.
isn't it fun? Oh, it's great.
So you guys jump off, and
Oh.
as
So
you...
the last thing that happens before we jump off is Amaruk is just like, she's looking and everybody, she's like, we're gonna go, everything is great. And then people start diving off into the dark, and that sense of like how large a place is becomes very real when she sees
Ooh.
the light like diving down, and she's like,
Oh,
"Mm."
Because it gets dark.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
down here.
Yeah. So she swims to keep up
The
with the light.
The
Yeah.
light disappears as you pass between these large buildings, into these like very canyon-like streets, right? And one of them is like slightly broken and heaving at an angle over top of you, and you're aware of that pressure and the pressure of all the water above you as Fred kind of mutters on back and forth, and Kia leads the charge into the deep. And you look back, Kia, and you see something pass over the group. It's about as
Uh-huh.
long as a dolphin.
Oh,
It has
Okay,
this
okay.
sleek kind of skin, and it looks. It has two large fins that spread out from its central core, and it's just a moment, just a flicker. And I assume you tell everyone about this.
I don't think I do.
Actually,
Actually, no.
no. Just
No, I do. I say, oh, okay. There is a mermaid nearby. We're fine though. We're good. Let's keep going.
And one passes right next to you.
Okay.
And
Well-
another next to you,
Okay.
and another
Alright,
next to you,
alright,
and
alright.
another next to you, until the
Oh, I don't
area
like that.
around you is this swarm of these things, and you start to get a clearer look at them. They
mermaid
have
smiles.
arms that lead off of their center, and a humanoid-esh face, but as one of them darts towards you, spear in hand, you can see sharp teeth spreading out
No!
from this bulbous head, and it
Not
comes
like
for
this.
you, and that's where we're stopping right now.
No! I don't want to kill the mermaids.
you went
Why?
with the Harry Potter
With
mermaids, Miles, the Harry Potter mermaids.
God damn it.
Jabby
What
was
a-
just swimming with all his arms like a little manta ray, and then made a very sad face.
Oh, no.
Sad manta.
Oh,
Dun-dun-dun.
man. You asked for mermaids, and now they eat you.
I know
Exactly,
it's true.
Smuggles. That's
This is how it be.
So rude. Okay.
That's how
Well,
it happens.
typically this is the point in our evening where we break for 5 minutes and we come back and have a talk back. If you guys have any questions for us about anything at all, the game, anything else, feel free to throw it in the chat. We'll be back to hang out and have our after show table
Just
talk
chill.
situation. In the meantime, if you guys are interested in supporting the Bail Project, there is a link that just went up in the chat from Nightbot. Feel free to check that out. I am doing commissions. You can order character art or any art of any person. It could be a picture of you, whatever you want. But the money from those commissions goes directly to the Bail Project. So please consider doing that if you can. And if you cannot, there's another link coming through the chat that links directly to Black Lives Matter, and they will show you ways to get in contact with Congress people, with with get a hold of media that can help you educate yourself about things that you may not understand or want to learn more about, and of course give you other places that you can put your resources behind, or figure out where protests near you are organizing. So I encourage you to take this time to do that. Take that time, and we will be back very shortly with a table talk and a fun announcement about what we're going to do next week.
See you soon, everybody.
Stick around.
Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back to hell.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
So we're here now. Do we have any questions in chat? I didn't see any. Any of them?
Yeah, I haven't seen any yet, but I'm sure if you guys have any questions about our Starfinder game in general, anything that you just saw, any questions about role playing at the time of the apocalypse. I mean, these are all topics we're very familiar with. And
know,
until
right?
we hear any questions from you, we always have questions for each other. And I guess my first question is not to like get too heavy, but like, man, I really needed this. I didn't
Yeah.
realize how much I needed
Yeah.
this time together until we had it this
Holy
week, because
fuck,
I've
yeah.
just been in a never ending. I was talking last night with Dex about the Doom Scroll and how I was like addicted to the Doom Scroll and how I
Yeah.
couldn't stop.
Mhm.
And so I really needed this. It was, I think, not hard to focus. Just like I've had a hard time like just focusing on any one thing for a period of time. How is that for all of you? How are you guys handling that? Is this separate from that, or?
Well-
I've also just not been able to focus. And even actually, I felt really justified in this. Today at one of the protests, there was one of the council members up in Harlem was talking about how for this past week, he's like, I'm so unfocused. I can't work on anything. Why can't I work on anything? And it took him like 5 days to be like, oh, wait, I'm not okay. This is not okay. And that it's, that was finally his reasoning, and him just kind of like saying that
Mhm.
and saying the fact that he couldn't focus on. I can't get much done. I've been also doing art commissions, and I'm so thankful to have at least a little bit of a project.
Yeah.
And to be able to participate in that way as well as protesting. But
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that we got to play this, and I got to be Kia tonight.
Yeah,
I needed to
good.
be Kia tonight.
Yeah. Had to pay a
Yeah.
visit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really, really good. I
For
realized that we were playing the game about an hour and a half in. It was the
Yeah.
first time that I realized that I was doing it. It was
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so nice to be taken away.
Mhm.
Escapism is so remarkably important when you're constantly focusing on things that make you miserable. And like sometimes that's just life, right? Sometimes shit's just
Yeah.
hard. And you have to be careful and smart about the times and places that you let yourself get away,
Mhm.
because everyone needs to get away.
Shiznet just said, I'm on vacation and I spend most of the social media just dispelling BS, and I needed this. And I'm so glad
Yeah.
that you were able to hang with us. Please come back and hang. We do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern,
Mhm.
and just to stick to our assertion that we're not gonna really pimp our own rides right now. We want you to focus on these links that are going through chat, so we won't go into it. But we do hope those of you who found us tonight come back and hang out with us. We've been doing this for a really long time together, and so we were friends before we started playing together, most of us, and um, this is a place where we just want people to feel safe and to make sure that you all feel taken care of, because we care deeply about taking care of each other at the table. So I'm glad that you came, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it, because that's honestly we can talk a little bit about, I think, the beginning of this week we were like, what do we do? Do we stream? Do we not stream? Do we feel we can stream?
Yeah.
And all of those are really fair feelings. We didn't want to distract from. We knew that if we did stream, we wanted to make sure. We wanted to make sure that we did it responsibly, and put people's focus where we truly believe it needs to be. But at the same time, you cannot go 100% of the time, all the time, through trauma. And we were like, we have the ability to be a refuge for people right now and for each other, and so we're going to do that. And so that's why we ended up continuing with the stream tonight as opposed to taking a break. Now we will be taking a break next week with Miles. Miles is on vacazione.
Yeah, I'm miserable the whole time. It's so unfortunate.
I know. I'm so sorry. Miles has already been on vacation for this whole week. For any of you guys who check out Geeks for Good, that's his channel. Miles, feel free to toss that in the
You're right.
chat.
I should do that bit of work.
You should just a little bit of work. But yeah, Miles has been on vacation, but was like, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. I'll do one of the Starfinder shows, and then next week, I'm gonna be off the whole week, which I think is an excellent idea. And I'm just so sorry that, obviously we all know it's not about us, but like at the same time, you can't help that this is when your vacation is, and it sure doesn't feel like one, which really sucks. But Miles unfortunately will not be with us next week. So we will be returning to what I'm assuming is a Mermaid and Niche situation in 2 weeks. But next week, we will have a new DM in the DM chair for a special one shot.
Someone in this very room.
Someone in this very room, perhaps. Who do you think it is? Your 4 guesses.
Could it be me?
I hope so, because you said you would do it.
Yes.
Parker,
Oh, I thought we were gonna each go through.
Anne's laughing at her own joke is my favorite.
I thought it was gonna be like
You can't
Clue
laugh
and
at
we all
yourself.
take turns.
No. We're not that cool. Well, I'm not that cool. Well, Parker, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have planned for us?
Sure thing. So,
Don't tell
I
them
believe
too
at
much.
Gen-
Don't tell them the
Don't-
whole
Not
plot.
just as a reminder, not necessary to give us the entire backstory
Just
of
a
the
little
module.
tease.
just a tease.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll start with the system and what the game is. And
Yeah.
at
And
Gen
nothing
Con,
more.
I got this book right here, Alien.
Oh,
I
Ilya.
freely.
you're gonna need to move it more in front of your face.
Ilya.
Ilya.
By
It's
Free
fun.
League.
By Free League, yes. Based on the Ripley Scott movies. And there is a one shot in the back of the book. It's very short, so we'll see how it is. And it'll just give us a taste of what the system is. It's going to be very different from Starfinder, but to give it a quick rundown, there are 2 kinds of dice. There are base dice, which is they're all d6s, and rolling a 6 is a success. Rolling a 1, you add a stress die. And so stress dice are the other half of the game, which will allow you to roll more dice, which means that you might succeed, but if you roll a 1 on a stress dice, you have to make a panic roll.
Right.
And panic can be anything like just shutting down like completely or like literally like throwing up.
Or Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Or panic at the disco. Just dance the blues away.
Yeah.
Just a lot of Yuri.
dance it out.
Yeah.
And we will be joined by a special guest who we will announce next week. But I am very, very excited about this guest. Feel free to guess. We won't tell you who it is. But they are very
Guess the
excited
guest.
to join us. We are very excited to hang out with them and tell a fun one-shot adventure. We will miss Miles greatly in that time. But I do hope you guys will come and roll some panic with us. Come panic. It's
Come
probably
panic
fine.
with us.
Let's
Um,
panic.
yeah. I still have not seen any of the Alien movies.
Me
You're in
either.
for a
Fair.
treat.
Oh, and we should watch
I'm
Alien
watching them
together.
this week.
Yeah, you want to do that on one of your vacation nights?
I love that movie. I might, yeah.
We can
I
probably
would
do
love-
it.
Wait,
I would
can
love
I
to be in
watch
that too.
Yeah, we can
Oh
find
my
an
God.
invite.
Netflix?
Yeah, we could kick it and stream it. That'd be really fun.
Sure.
I'd be so down.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, if we get, you know what? I'll look and see if the Twitch streaming of stuff will work. But even if it doesn't, what y'all should do in general is come on over to the Discord
Yes.
and join our
Yes.
community.
Yeah.
Because if for some reason we can't stream it on Twitch, we can probably stream it privately to the Discord
Yeah.
and just have anybody who wants to come hang out and chat while we watch it together. And we can stream it into the Discord with screen share.
I streamed a movie with my brother last week.
How
We
was
just
that?
said-
What did you
it
guys
was
watch?
actually pretty good. We watched the most recent One Piece movie, which, if you're a big One Piece fan like me, it was amazing and exhausting with all the hype. So it was
Bless.
fantastic.
I tried to watch
Yeah.
forever ago. Maybe I should go
That's
back.
fair.
I just rewatched all of Oron High School Host Club.
Oh my
Oh my god, I love that one. Okay,
It is
also
brilliant.
Painting
It is
Pirate just said I heard One Piece. Hello, what?
Yeah. I watched the One Piece Stampede movie last week, and it was amazing.
Painting Pirate, by the way, for those who don't know, is my good friend Chris, who played at the Cauldron with Miles and I.
Back in the day,
back
and
in the
Dex.
day.
Don't you dare forget
I was
Dex like
also
this.
there.
Oh yeah,
My
and
first
Dex.
time playing with Dex.
It's true.
It's true.
Aw.
It's true.
Yeah.
That was where it all started.
Where I
Yeah,
first
so many
killed
emotional
him.
support fries.
Yeah, where he first
Yeah.
was do be slain.
Slain
Ooh.
under dubious
They
circumstances.
were not dubious. It was the final boss fight.
Dubious
Yeah.
Bruh.
It was really rough.
Bruh, it's the final boss
Yeah.
fight. Someone's got to die. Bruh.
So
Yeah,
since then,
yeah.
how many times has Miles killed you in a variety of ways?
So there was Jin. That was the first one.
I know, I feel that.
Then there was that test run we did of Starfinder, just to get in combat and see how
Yeah,
that
we
went.
were
so
practicing because it had been
funny.
so
Yeah.
I
long,
died
and then
too.
yeah,
Did
Yeah.
kill-
Celestia died in
killed
that.
both of you.
It's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
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 So that was the second time, and then the third
Fated
time.
alternate dimension.
It's not canon. Not canon.
Yeah.
Chris
Just
is
in
like-
an Elseworlds.
Chris is like the story is not over. Damn it, we're bringing Jin back, and I feel that
Yes.
on a visceral level. Portia, mad bro.
Yes. Vengeance.
yeah.
And then I
I've-
died in our Strahd game.
Yeah, you died in the Strahd game too. I died in my
Oh,
Strahd
but you
game,
died
but
really well in the Strahd
It was very
game.
good, though.
It was
yeah.
Dex made
Good,
the
and I
conscious
think
choice
it's-
to use all of his broken shit and then commit suicide to save someone else.
to save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, to save like 4 other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was part of the
Directly
broken
saved
shit.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it
one
was
of those
really-
moments where like it feels a little bit more fulfilling because the death was
Mhm.
worth it. Now,
Yeah.
okay, so I've been GMing the Essentials kit for some friends of mine because the people in our one of the people in our regular game unfortunately has to have back surgery, and so like we had just gotten back to playing regularly, and then he was like, okay, well I can't sit in a chair right now because I have like a slip disc and all this stuff, and so I was like, okay, cool. So that sucks, but you know the rest of us still want to play, so they were like, will you please DM this stuff? And I was like, oh god, okay, sure. So I was like only if it's easy. You know, I don't have I just don't have it in me right now to run a second. Like Miles is a monster and runs so many campaigns at once. I don't have the emotional capacity to. Yeah, you're an insane person.
How do you do that? I barely do the one.
Yeah, like
How do
I love running my Tyranny of Dragons game. We're almost all the way through Horde of the Dragon Queen, and I'm really excited for that. So we can move on to Rise of Tiamat afterwards. And it's been going on for over a year at this point, and I love that game, but it really takes it out of me because I've really worked to expand the world and build the world and change the module and, you know, do all this stuff. And so when my friends were like, can you DM another game for us? I was like, oh no, please God. Because I was like, I didn't think I could do that. So I was like, in the understanding that I'm pretty much going to be running a straight module game out of the Essentials kit because I want to see what the expansion on like Phandalin and that whole like situation is. You know, that is what I am willing to do for you, and I'm creating expectations, right? But we went to do it the other night, and I was just like, it was just madness. Like I almost killed all of them.
Yeah, written
Because-
adventures are hard.
Well, they
first,
were all
like,
fighting. They're
early
level
levels,
1, and
the
they were
first
all
level,
fighting a
yeah.
mimic. And
Ooh.
one of them went to go. The barbarian went to hit the mimic, and their axe got stuck to it because of the adhesive quality.
Mhm.
Right. He then
Right.
manages on his next turn to pull the axe out. But then the sorcerer, who is a newer player and wasn't thinking, I'm a sorcerer, maybe I should use this opportunity to not be near this thing,
Mhm.
was like, I'm going to use my knife. And I was like, Are you sure you want to use your knife? What other options do you have? Yada yada. And it came down to like she was just determined to use her knife, and I had to be the person who was like, either I'm going to tell this person that this is a bad idea and make them feel like maybe they didn't have agency over their own decisions, or I'm just going to let this happen. And so I let her understand like what all the situations was, and I was like, the choice is up to you. And she chose to chop at it with her knife, and then she gets stuck to it. Now, once you're stuck to it, then it has advantage on all of its attack rolls against you and does massive amounts of damage every round. So they're level 1, so they barely have 10 whole hit points, barely.
Yep.
And so they are dead so fast.
So quick.
So fast.
So quick.
And then not dead, but unconscious. And rolling badly on their death saves. And luckily, there's like wild magic in this area. So anytime anyone casts a level 1 spell or above, it activates a wild magic table. So one of them had sprouted wings, and I was like, "You are my hope, because that fucking box can't jump off the ground to get you. So you're just gonna sit on the ceiling, and you're gonna sacred flame this shit until it's over." But then that player was like, "But I feel bad for my friends. I want to stabilize them. I don't have any spell slots left, but I'm going to fly down to the ground." And I was like, "Well, you do so." And so this thing, the Mimic had 1 hit point for 3 rounds of combat.
Oh, I hate that feeling. Because at that point, even if no one is attacking the thing that is almost dead, you can be like, "Guys, it's really close," and new players will be like, "No, but I must save Charlie."
Yeah. He must rise. Charlie must rise. And you're
Arise,
and you don't want to
Charlie,
take that
arise.
from them. So, of course, they've all gone down at one point. Finally, one of them rolls a natural 20 on their death save and pops up at 1 hit point.
Yes!
And I was like, "Oh, thank God." And then she goes to check on the other person.
No!
And I was like, "Follow the fucking Mimic. You guys have been investigating this shape changer situation for a million years. Just go down the hallway." So finally, one of them goes down the hallway. And of course, by now, the Mimic has had time to kill the NPC that was trying to help them and hide as an object. So I was like, roll a perception check. And they were like, I rolled a 3. And I was like, fuck. Okay. And then I was like, okay, roll an intelligence check to see if you remember what this hallway looked like before when you walked
Smart
through
and
it.
nice.
And they were like, 6. And I was like, well, you see a body on the ground, a small gnomish form. It looks very familiar. And then he is like, okay, cool. I'm over the body. I'm stabilizing the body. Everything's rolls great on the stabilization check, so the gnome isn't dying or bleeding out anymore. And then it comes around to the Mimic's turn again. And the Mimic pseudopods him in the back and then knocks him down to 0 hit points. And he keeps on being like, "Wait, but I..." and like flipping frantically through his pages.
Oh my
"Wait,
God,
but
I've been there.
Wait, but I..." And I was like, "I want this to happen for you. If you can tell me why there's a reason this doesn't happen, I will be so happy for you." But you made these choices. You made these choices, and they kept making them so repeatedly that I couldn't just like be like, and it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't even flub dice at that point. You can't even be like behind the screen.
You're like, "Oh yeah."
I don't know.
was
At
just
that
like,
point,
Jesus Christ.
at that point personally, I would have had the Mimic's attack miss him and give him one more chance, no matter what he rolled. But I am a cheater.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the thing is, I thought about it, but because
Also, you
this
wanted to
player,
kill
because
them.
no, because this player had made questionable decisions so many times so far in the fight, I was like, they are the ones who need to learn this lesson, that when the thing is on the ropes, you need to kill the thing. And I will admit that part of this stems from our other game, where he is always making us run away from things before we've completely dealt with the problem, and therefore the problem just grows and festers. So I was like, I will teach you, now that I'm in charge and this is my world and I'm the god here, I will teach you here what you might want to consider elsewhere. Is that unfair? Does that make me an asshole?
Well, it just kind of solidifies the fact that all DMs have god complexes, but
I mean,
The second that you try to manipulate a lesson into a player's head, it's like, it gets fuzzy.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
But we,
I
I
do
mean, I'm going to
feel-
be perfectly honest with you. We all
Yeah.
do it at one time or another, and
Yeah.
it's something we should all do less of. For
Yeah.
my money, right?
I
Anytime.
do feel like if a player has made it, I had given them several like benefit of the doubt situations or
Mhm.
ways to get
Yeah.
out of it, and he was just continuing to lean into it. So I was like, okay, this has been 10 rounds of you making these choices.
Smog
So at
lost
this
a player
point-
character in the first or Smog, what is it?
Smoggles.
Smoggles.
He lost
Okay,
a PC.
He lost a PC to the first dungeon in Horde of the Dragon Queen. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Ann,
yeah,
I
that
interrupted
place
you.
is deadly. It's awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
Horde of the Dragon Queen, which we've talked about, I don't think on this show, but
No.
elsewhere, was written before they finished 5e. So they had this incredible vision where per short rest you should be able to do like 3 to 6 encounters of varying sizes. We all know that's not a thing.
Nope.
And so when you go into these
Higher
places in Horde of the Dragon Queen, it's like there are 8 kobolds in a 5-foot by 5-foot room, and you're like, how? Are they sitting on each other's shoulders? Where do they come from? Where do they go from Cotton Eye Joe? Like, it's just it's so scary. And so that one I did flub a lot of things because I was like, this is not their fault.
Yeah.
Like no one
They
no
couldn't
one
have
here
expected this.
should be doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a
funny.
trudge.
Yeah. God.
Shiz
Yes.
says, I am the guy who gets the experienced DM to question everything she ever thought they knew about the rules. I wordsmith rules to the point, not on purpose, but a new game me is like, is that really what the rules says?
I
I
feel
mean-
that.
You're that guy.
I ran a game the other night where I found a new trick. I learned a new trick from one of my players.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were in a dungeon and there were arrow
Mhm.
slits on sides, right?
Uh-huh.
And goblins started shooting arrows out of the arrow slits, right? They had not been stealthy and they had fucked up a thing that I haven't
Yeah.
seen players fuck up yet, and these guys did it. And the cleric runs up and just shoves his shield in front of the arrow slit, and I was like,
Cool.
Nice.
Oh,
great!
Amazing.
Holy crap! It was really cool. I haven't played with players who have been playing since the 80s in a while, and it was
Yeah.
fun to play
Oh,
with pros.
Yeah.
Right?
you're like, oh.
I was like, that's a
Yeah.
trick that you made
Yeah.
up in first edition, isn't it?
Nice.
My
You're like,
favorite
"Yeah."
thing ever is just like watching people use either watching people use cool spells for RP right purposes in new ways, like I love that,
Mhm.
or like watching people use spells in creative ways that I had never thought to use them before is like one of my favorite things when we're playing with
Mhm.
people. It's like so great.
Love it.
I love that.
I love so much about these stupid games.
Mhm.
I love so much about them.
These stupid gum piece of shit love them games.
They're so dumb. Yo, they're so stupid. And every once in a while, so the same group had one player who had never played before. It was their first time. It was 3 like old pros and 1 freshie. And the fresh person was playing a barbarian who didn't attack until the final encounter because they
Right.
were just doing weird ass shit. And the most impressive thing that they did, I thought, was that they got attacked by sturges, right?
Ooh.
So they
Mhm.
grabbed a
What's a
sturge.
sturge?
A sturge is this kind of bat-like, mosquito-like creature.
Okay.
And they suck blood, and she was like, I want to shove it in the hot sauce because I ordered wings. And she rolls a natural 20, so I'm like, sure, yeah, you like grab the sturge and shove it in the hot sauce, and like it like starts sucking the hot sauce and growing up and glowing up and glowing up until you have a sturge-sized hot sauce balloon that you can throw at people.
Yeah.
That's
Amazing. That's so
brilliant.
good.
Like just
Oh, wow.
weird little hot sauce gimmicks.
Spider says example of recreative spell use. That's one.
Mhm.
I was playing Strahd, and to make this a story I can tell, basically, we had gotten a magical item that was a dagger that you could blink to, right?
Hmm.
So I always imagine that, because I'm a Critical Role fan, as like this dagger works. Like you throw it at something and then you blink to the dagger wherever it is. It's a cool thing. So the dagger actually doesn't read exactly like that. And so what ended up happening was we were trying to infiltrate this werewolf situation, but I was trying to save some prisoners somewhere, because I knew that I couldn't, as the paladin, I ain't got no business sneaking anywhere. It's
Mhm.
just
Right.
not a thing that I'm going to be good at, right? So I was like, you will be the distraction. I will save the people. So I was like, but then what happens if shit goes wrong and I need to get to where you are? And our 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 wizard was just like, so here's what's gonna do. Here's our wizard slash rogue was like, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna attune to my dagger, and then I'm gonna carry the dagger, and then we have sending stones. So you'll have one and I'll have one, and if shit goes bad, I will message you through the sending stone, and then you'll just blink to the dagger that I'm carrying, even though you're attuned to it.
That's brilliant.
And I was
Good use
like,
of that.
I opened my mouth to be like, great. So here's the problem. No, it's perfect. Let's do it. Like I was
Yes.
like,
I have
it's perfect.
I have a great stupid magical item story. That's
I'm
high
ready.
level. So there is a like low magical wondrous item called the Dust of Dryness.
Mm.
And you can sprinkle this dust on some water to turn it into like a little pill that like absorbs something like a 15 by 15 foot square of water into this little pill. And then if you
Yep.
break the pill, all that water comes rushing out.
Some would call it a jagged little pill.
Yeah.
Musicals. It's a
Sorry.
musical.
And so my party starts fighting a fire hydra. They're 13th level. They're in an extremely hard dungeon. They've been like grinding through this thing bit by bit. And my paladin, who's been obsessed with this Dust of Dryness, and I've been like, okay, Tom. Okay, sure, Tom. You get your Dust of Dryness, Tom. Hops on the Bard's Pegasus and flies
That's a
over...
sentence.
I know, right? And flies over the fire hydra and goes, so, okay, 15 square feet of water is about 100,000 gallons. And I go, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just aerial bombarded like they're in California and trying to put out wildfires. This fire hydra.
Yeah.
It was a lovely moment. And he had done all the math beforehand and totally surprised me with it. It was really cool.
Yeah. It's pretty great. I love that. And that is why I respect every time Dex has a strange request that doesn't quite make sense right now. But one
Yeah.
day, I
One
know
day.
it will come in. One day.
So
We'll see.
I'll
Smoggle
just say I
says-
learned from previous episodes.
Absolutely. You really do. You really do. Smoggle says he had a Starfinder player cast a fear-like spell, and his spell casting as a Kasatha was turning the enemy and revealing what was underneath his mask. That's so
Ooh.
good.
Wait, who was it? Wait, was it Brogan? Sorry.
Whoa.
Whoa,
If
don't
so-
name people here.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have a pal named Brogan. We're actually pen pals right now during the pandemic.
Yeah.
He just lives
Aw.
a little bit away from me.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant,
I just like I miss spells so much when I'm playing this game, because unless we're fighting, I don't really have any utility. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all of my stuff is like when we're fighting. So when we're looking for stuff, I don't know. I feel like I've already said this, so I won't dive too deep into it, but I get frustrated because I really don't have anything I can do aside from like be charismatic when it matters and hit people very, very hard.
Yeah,
Right.
this is a core problem that I'm running into in D20 systems that are based on D&D, where the spellcasters have so much interesting stuff they can do, and all the other classes end up feeling a little bit dry,
Yeah.
especially when you get into 6th level and above.
Yeah. Well, that's why like I love I play two paladins right now in 5e, and they run very differently because I've built them differently. But I can use those spell slots to just hit harder, and most of the time I do because we're always running into shit.
Yeah, but then
but
you also get to.
I also have spells if I
Yeah.
want them.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's where I feel when I first started with Amaruk, I was like, why would anybody choose to be like a Graviton Solarian? And now I'm like, oh, because they have
So
all the
cool.
utility. Ah! And so I get frustrated with that, I guess, because like all of these perception checks and all of those things are investigation or life science. Like I can't really do any of that in any way, which is fine because everybody should have a time to like, step
Oh,
forward and
yeah,
shine.
that's so important. Just the wizard shines in literally every situation.
Every situation, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of busted.
Which is how I felt when I played a technomancer. That like when I played Priya back in the day, Priya could do everything, and we always talked about that, like how like, okay, cool, I guess just roll then because you can do everything, and it felt great then. But now I'm like, that's not. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Fourth edition did a remarkable couple of things to try to fix this, and it was the thing that pissed people off about 4th edition was that casters didn't do caster things. But I feel like there's something that could be learned from that in the way that they treated the non-casting classes.
Yeah.
Though they mostly just nerfed wizard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Situationally, I think there. I don't know. There's Solarian is a really. I think it's less to do with all these other systems and more to do with just the way that Solarian wants you to be this like monk-like quest individual, and yet you don't have any resources to be on that quest except to kill.
Right.
Or to kill in interesting ways, or to conceal your party while you're killing. Because you can't do it elsewise. Like there has to be some kind of danger for me to activate my like special abilities. I can't just be like on a ship and be like, that's cool, I stick to the wall. I have to feel like my life is in danger in order to do it.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I was looking at the Witch Warper, which has a similar kind of thing going on, and that just seemed odd to me. Because I get the idea, like, oh, adrenaline, like you don't use the avatar state for swatting a fly,
right?
But
that makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like that kind of hamstrings your character in a way if half your toolkit is behind a paywall of fear.
Yeah.
The
well, and I've been working
the paywall of fear.
It's true. I've been working on trying to collect magical
Bruce
items or like feats that allow me to do other stuff. Like I have, my Desna's thing, which allows me to re-roll. But that doesn't really work unless you're rolling for something, which you're not if you don't have a skill in it, right?
Right.
And I have the other thing is that I'm not smart, so whenever we level up, I don't get more stuff to put in. I get very few points to disperse
skills.
For skills because it's based on intelligence.
Right.
So I don't know. It's interesting. I really love Amaruk. Like I love being her, and I like the character that I've created, and I like all that other stuff. I don't know. Does anybody? How is everybody else feeling about the classes that they're playing? I know Parker, you can't talk too much about it because you now have another class that we don't know about.
Unless you wanna.
I mean,
spill the beans, Parker.
I can only say
you can only spill so many beans per episode.
True, exactly. For mechanic, I've seen a lot of people talk about how it's not really a very definitive move. So, like, if you can either choose either exocortex or the drone, and if you choose the exocortex, it is popularly thought of as the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And
clips your wings.
Like people people usually go for the mechanic for the drone. And so I decided to just be different and do the exocortex. I'm missing a lot of like stuff because there's a lot of also like mechanic tricks that require the use of a drone, for example, and it's just like it's fine.
Well,
do you want to go back?
No, I'm not complaining, not at all. Sorry, I
You wanna
did.
go back?
Want to go
Like,
back?
I'm okay with going back and giving you a drone friend.
Oh no, it's okay. Like literally, like I think the pet is gonna fit that hole for me.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
I had the
think-
same
yeah.
experience when I played a La Shunta mechanic
Hmm.
way back on Geeks for Good, where I was like, the exocortex may have been the lesser, because it's great for like recalling things and like using
Right.
Yeah.
being able to jack into places remotely, super cool. But then you're like, okay, but what is there anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider
Yeah.
says, "What about the experimental armor build? I feel like that looks fun, considering, but kind of considering smashing my van card into one, but not sure about it. Can you tell us more what
Is that
you mean by
for
that?"
the mechanic?
I feel like I recognize what you're talking about, but it's over my head. Is that?
From the COM.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You're
the
way too
Vanguard.
smart for us.
Character operations manual. That's what was
Thanks.
released within the last year, right?
Yeah, we've been playing
Yeah,
for
it's pretty
longer.
recent.
Yeah, I don't think we.
And I haven't
don't
read
think
it.
we have that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that come out, and I haven't had a chance to explore it.
But if you want to switch, if you find that and want to switch to it, Parker, we can chat, and that way, literally everyone can have an exosuit by the end of this game.
No.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking that because I do have just a bajillion project ideas, I was thinking about like for each of your characters, like what are things that you would want that would help to augment? Because I would love to, like, part of why I got the crafting stuff, just to get a little bit of backstory, is
Mhm.
his whole thing is like gift giving. So to be able to help out in that way,
So many hands.
yeah,
Gabby's love language
Always
is
making stuff.
gifts.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say, I don't know. Other people go first. I've been saying a lot of things. What
About
would
what?
people want for your character?
I'm working on mine, and like it's a thing that I just got,
Excuse me.
which is awesome. And it's called Suit Up, and it comes with my new Warmonger class thing.
Ooh.
But it's called Suit Up, and it's amazing, and that's what I've been working on, and it like fulfills my requirement for the bugdom, because after having those bug Gundams, that's all I want ever.
Yeah. It
But
changes
I'll
you.
think of something. I'll think
Yeah.
of something.
As I figured, like, if you wanted to do some, like, ooh, pew, pew, Hulk serum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's a thing.
I'll tell you, I want that Hulk serum
Yeah.
in
I
my
got you.
veins.
Great.
Make
We'll make
strong.
you kill some civilians without thinking about it. It'll be fun.
Probably fine. No. What I really want is like I think I want to dig into some of like
Exactly, Spider.
Amaruk's deafness
Mm.
and like what that means about like things about her that are heightened, like she's blind sight, and
Right.
things like that. I would like to find ways for her to have more, have more utility in situations that aren't combat. So whether that's being able to smell or listen or like anything that might help her senses. She's not a caster, so she doesn't need to think so much about like, because don't you, if you get implants as a caster, it messes you up.
That's Shadowrun, not
That's
Starfinder.
Shadowrun.
That's Shadowrun.
No, I swear to God, that was a thing for Priya too. She couldn't get things.
I think that might have been something I made you do. I don't know, man.
I don't know, Spider. You
Excuse
seem to
me.
know a lot. Am I crazy?
Tell us. Tell us. Educate us
us.
about this game that
Let
we're
us know,
playing.
let
Tell
us
us how
know.
to play the game we play for so long. But really, we're all ears. Yeah, I mean, I should say we do have a lot of time playing this game, but every table is different, right? Like
Oh,
every
yeah.
table is totally different. So it's not that we don't know how to play the game. It's just we've made a lot of adjustments, and some of these games just have an infinite wealth of ever expanding knowledge. So it's impossible
Yeah.
to know everything.
Yeah.
The literature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you'll
even just
hear
the
us
main book
say
is like
like
500 pages.
you'll hear us use like some homebrew terms because we really like the advantage and disadvantage that D&D gets, and there's a ton of crunch in these games that for streaming is really difficult. So sometimes we shorthand it with a couple of different things, I think,
All the time.
because we like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think
Literally
that's
all
a
the time.
really nice thing about these games because, you know, in most cases, knock on wood, Lord wind that the creek don't rise, the creators are not going to teleport into your house and just berate you for not using the rules as written. Like,
Yeah.
use what works for your group.
Most of these books will tell you that too. They'll be like, these are
Yeah.
just a set of things to help you, to inspire you. And
Yeah.
I was going through the new I got a chance to look at the new Pathfinder Bestiary 2,
Oh.
and I was just reminded how inspiring Paizo is at writing these bestiaries. Like they're organized in so many different ways. One of which is
Yeah.
they put like all of the different they put everything in alphabetical order. So if you know what you're looking for, you can find it, right? So that's great.
Mhm.
Second, in the back of the book, they organize it by creature type. So let's say you're like, ooh, I want to do some kind of like undead part of the adventure. What are these undead monsters that I could use and have like a
Right.
theme, right? So you're not just like and zombies and banshees. Like it'll just really list them all together, and so you can
Mhm.
find like underwater creatures or things like that all in one place. Or you can look at like appropriate for levels 1 to 3, appropriate for levels 3 to 5, so
Mhm.
however you want to get into it, it's great. And then just as you're reading, just some of the prompts that Paizo gives are some of the best. They're I feel of a lot of the RPGs that I read, the best at giving you just a little as a treat to
Yeah.
get you started. And I love that about the way they write these books.
Yep. It's all
Just
It
absolutely.
is 100% hooks, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
by that mode of thinking, it is perfect role-playing game writing.
It is so
Perfect.
interesting how they also just keep churning out material. Like just the
There's
main
so
book
much.
is over 500 pages, and then all of these different supplements with the armory, the extended alien races. I was looking through, I think, the third extended alien race thing a few days ago, and I saw like these werewolf version of Skittermanders that like
Mm-hmm.
were underneath the surface and then came back up, and then they're like hunting the poor things, and I was like, whew, no wonder I left.
What?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's
It's
a whole
terrifying. They're like
thing.
centaur people. Yeah. And just they have so many cool ideas, but they don't tell you too much.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, we're at 10:40. It's time for us to call this.
It is
It's bedtime.
time of death.
Time
10:40.
of death, 10:40. Thank you everyone for coming
Yeah.
out and hanging out. This was an incredible pleasure, as it is every Thursday.
Yeah.
I am gonna miss everyone next Thursday, but I'm sure that you will be in wonderful hands with this crew. Did something just happen?
Guys, thank you so much, Shiz. Shiz just got
Shiz?
us to our goal. We have now
Oh.
raised $205 for the Bail Project.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Woo!
Hell yeah!
I'll
Thank you,
woo.
Shiz.
Thank you,
Oh,
Shiz.
Yay.
Super
Thank
appreciate
you
that.
So much.
Thank you. I will now raise our goal amount so that we can keep going. Because this has been my first stream this week. So over the course of the weekend, hopefully we can
Get there.
get a little bit more going on. But thank you so
Get a
much
little
for
bit.
your
Thank you.
generosity.
Yep.
Love that. Super appreciate it. And it's always great to be a part of a positive community
Yeah.
that cares and puts their action
Yeah.
and their money where their mouth is when it comes
Mhm.
to supporting the community.
Aye.
So and supporting very specifically our Black members of our community. So
Yeah.
thank you for being part of that. It is vital and important in this time and at all times. So thank you. I will be back tomorrow with Miles. Or no, you're no. You're on vacation. Live your life. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, drawing some commissions potentially. And then in the weekend, on the weekend, I will be here on Saturday afternoon, either drawing or singing or something. I don't know. We're gonna feel it out. But I will be here at 3 p.m. on Saturday for more thrilling antics. Let's go ahead and find someone to rod.
Yes.
Yes.
While we're doing that, if anybody wants to shout out anything for the people, go ahead and do it.
Join the Discord, and you'll find my Twitch through there. And if you want to get your game run by me, go to milesduffield.com. That's milesduffield.com. It'll go in the chat when I'm ready. All right, so just hold your fucking horses.
When I'm good and ready.
And check that out. And yeah, come watch me on Twitch when I'm back from vacation in a couple weeks. Y'all are the best. Thanks for hanging.
Yeah. All right.
Any ideas on who to raid? Because I do have one if you don't have anything.
Go. Say
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Do you remember that one guy who you did that singing with
Mm-hmm.
on Heartsinger, who was like that actual Disney prince? He's
Yeah.
streaming Albion Online right now, and I've
Okay.
watched some of his
What's
stuff.
his spell it?
Nick_Beckwith.
Nick_Beck. There he is. Oh, hello, Albion Online. Girl. Okay. All right, everybody. Go let this fine gentleman know that the baby bards are attacking with love, but attacking nonetheless. All right, here we go, everybody. Did anybody else have anything else they want to say before we go?
We
No?
Gucci.
No.
All right.
See you soon.
There we go.
Peace,
Be well,
everybody.
everyone. Mwah.